So you're not just a person who can understand the brain through the hardware, but also you read through people.
First impression you have a person, negative impression, don't believe that. But take it as a clue. Try to understand if it is something that we misread.
What's your grounding tool like as a doctor? Because people always come to you losing hope, and probably you are the hope there.
In any field, you should have passion for the subject. So when you have passion for the subject, it will only make you feel positive.
ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ as on 2025, are we able to assert and give primary reasons saying ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳಿಂದ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬರೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿರುತ್ತೆ?
ಅದು ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಡ್ ದೆನ್ ವಿ ವುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ಸ್. ಕೊರೋನಾ ಯಾಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಸೊ ಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ವೈರಸ್ಸಾ ಒಂದು ಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತಿಕೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದಾ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮೆದುಳನ್ನು ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತರಾಗ್ಬೋದಾ?
ಸೊ ಮೆದುಳು ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಟು ಯು. ನಾವು ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಿ.
Are there any proven ways to boost memory naturally?
If Rashmi's brain is put into Ravi, Ravi becomes Rashmi.
Oh, correct.
Alva. Because
Yeah,
whatever is
ideally.
stored in your brain is coming to me.
This is software.
I'm a kid. Only my body is different, but Rashmi is Rashmi in the brain. Yoga is a very good thing, but it has to be a good yoga teacher who knows what he is doing. Because there are many now, dime a dozen yoga people. We don't know whether they're trained well. A badly done yoga is more detrimental than not doing yoga.
How do you understand that, sir?
First of all, don't avoid it. Don't even think about it. It is going to come. Every manufactured stuff has got end of life.
ತಲೆ, ಮೆದುಳೊಳಗಿರುವಂಥ ಸೆಲ್, ಆ ಸೆಲ್ನ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ಸ್, ಅಪ್ಯಾರೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ 86 ಬಿಲಿಯನ್ ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಅಷ್ಟು ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯ ಮಾತುಕತೆ ಆಗೋದು ಇಂಟು 3, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟ್ರಿಲಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಎತ್ಕೋತಾ ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಇವತ್ತು ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಬ್ರೇನು ತಲೆ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲೇ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ನಂಬರ್ ಗೇಮ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಐ ಗೆಸ್ ಟುಡೇ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಟು ಡೈವ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಬ್ರೇನ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ನ್ಯೂರೋಸರ್ಜನ್. ಇಂಥ ಸರ್ಜನ್ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಇವ್ರ ಇಂಟ್ರಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ವಾರ ಕಳಿಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ಡೀಪ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸನ್ನು ಗಳಿಸಿರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ. ವೇರ್ ಡು ಐ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್? ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ವಿಕಿಪೀಡಿಯಾ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ಸೇ ಆಸ್ಟರ್ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಟು ನ್ಯೂರೋಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಲೀಡ್ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನ್ಯೂರೋಸರ್ಜರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ಟರ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್. ಬಟ್ who is a human beyond all these introductions? As in somebody who has conducted close to 30,000 neurosurgical procedures. ಅವರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡಿರೋ ಲೈಫ್ ಏನು. ಮತ್ತು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಕಿನ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಕಿನ್ಸನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇರೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕಿರೋದೇ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ DBS ಸರ್ಜರಿ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೀಪ್ ಬ್ರೇನ್ ಸರ್ಜರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಇಡೀ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲೇ ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸರ್ಜರಿ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕೈ ಇದು. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆದರೆ, ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ದ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಹಿ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್, ದ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ದಟ್ ಹಿ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಹಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕಿವಿ ನೆಟ್ಟಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೋಪ್ಫುಲಿ ಇನ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ವೇ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ಕಿಡ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಇವಳು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಹಾನ್ಸ್ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಸೇರಿಸು ಅಂತ ಈ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಮಿಡಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಹಾನ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಯಾವ ಥರನೇ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿರಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅವರು ನಿಮ್ಹಾನ್ಸ್ನ ಫೌಂಡರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ರವಿ ಮಾರ್ತಾಂಡ ವರ್ಮಾ ಅವರ ಮಗ. ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೂ ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ರಾಜಾ ರವಿ ವರ್ಮಾ ಪೇಂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅವರ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್. ಸೋ ಆನರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೋ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟು ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಒನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರವಿ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ವರ್ಮಾ ಅವರನ್ನು ಆನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯೂರಿಯಸ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೇ, ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಕಲೆನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ತಲೆನ ತುಂಬ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ತಲೆಗಳು. ಸೊ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರೋ ತಲೆನ ಒಂದು ಮಾತಿನ ಕಲೆ ಮೂಲಕ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಸರ್, ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ? ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್.
Thank you so much, and I'm very, very fortunate to be here sitting with you. I've seen many of your videos and all that, and your interactive capacity is fantastic. It's just out of this world. And I'm really happy to be sitting in front of you and knowing you as a person now. A few minutes that we have spent prior to this,
Yes.
I've realized what you are, and I'm looking forward to this dialogue.
Oh my God. So you're not just a person who can understand the brain through the hardware, but also you read through people.
Yes, it is very easy to read through people. You need the sensitivity to understand, and you can.
How do
it.
you do that? Like, I mean, out of curiosity.
So there are many things which I believe in.
Huh?
You must have also noticed sometimes when you see a person, there's something that will attract you towards that person. There's something, you don't know what it is. You'll feel like going and talking to them,
Yes.
smiling at them.
Yes.
And there is a connect.
Mm-hmm.
That is because there is some sort of a wavelength that is meeting. Similarly, on the flip side, sometimes you see a person, he has done nothing to you, first time he's seeing you, but you don't like him.
Yes.
One look you say, you don't feel that comfortable.
Okay.
And that is also a body's reaction to the wavelengths.
So now,
So, yeah, with experience, you will start putting it into channels and say, oh, ಈ ಥರ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ನಮಗೊಂದು idea ಬರುತ್ತೆ. But it's not that. It's just you get an idea, okay, this person may be like this and this is what I expect. So, and then when you see the person and talk to the person and then you realize, Nandu, that doubt that I had or that indication I had is true. Or I might say, no, not that way, but there is some difference. That's a new learning. So that, see, it's all the play of the game. Your vision going into your brain, into different parts of the brain, their interconnections, that you come out with such ideas and such thoughts, which is fascinating. You can't calculate it and you can't say, idliinda illi ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಥರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. Very difficult to say. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದನೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಬ್ರೈನಿಂದನೇ ಬರೋದು. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಕಣ್ಣಿಂದ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಟು ದ ಬ್ರೈನ್.
ಕಣ್ಣಿನ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾಯಿಂದ ಡೇಟಾ ಫೀಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಡೇಟಾ ಫೀಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೈಂಡ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೈಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು. ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆಯಾ ಮೈಂಡು, ಹಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ಮೈಂಡು, ಬಿಗ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್.
Okay.
ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಟು ದ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್, then comes confirmation. Once you realize, you confirm. Okay, is it that what we thought is right?
Okay.
So never, for example, that first impression you have a person, negative impression, don't believe that. But take it as a clue. Try to understand if it is something that we misread. So you might have misread, you can be the best friend after that.
Yes.
But then open your mind and adjust. So that is how we learn by looking at people.
Judgmental agde with an open mind, look at everybody.
Exactly.
So you
But also be sensitive to the feeling that you get.
So how to stay sensitive?
When you get that feeling, accept it and say, yeah. So when you want to smile at somebody, smile. It doesn't matter. They might, they might think in that way, right? But it doesn't matter. If they think in that way, it's their issue. But you want to express the feeling that you had, you express it. And that's about
You're
it.
saying never mirror. Usually ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ it's always a mirroring effect. ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಡುಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ದೂರ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ.
ಹೌದು, ಅವ್ರು ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಂಥ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. That's wrong.
They never break the pattern.
Yeah, it is not worth the trouble. Life ಇಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
Wow. So now that you spoke about the wavelength, I think I should tell our audience the first impression that when I met you, I was like, who is this handsome man? ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಕೂಡ, ಸರ್ ಈ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಹಿಂಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇರಬೇಡ ನೀವು ಅಂದರೆ, I mean, jokes apart, I think the way you carry that I don't know, that calm demeanor that you have, it's just oozing out. Out of curiosity, I am asking, ಈ ಥರ ಇರೋ ಒಂದು ಮನುಷ್ಯ ನೀವು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಜರಿ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ದೀರಾ,
ಹೌದು,
ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಸರ್ಜರಿ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯೂರಿಯಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್, what's your grounding tool like as a doctor? Because people always come to you losing hope and probably you are the hope there.
Correct.
But how do you take care of your energy and your mind?
Yeah. So one of the most important thing, not just in neurosurgery or in medicine or in my field, in any field, you should have passion for the subject. So when you have passion for the subject, it will only make you feel positive. Now today, for example, I went, it was a complex brain surgery, but the outcome was good. At the end of which, it gives you so much of energy because you are now happy that the patient is doing well and what you had planned has gone according to plan. So this was a very good day and you're happy. But then that is very important because if you don't sense that happiness and feel that happiness, then it becomes a burden. Oh, surgery ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಅದು ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. That is not the way it is. You finish comfortable and then you come and then you're active again. So most important thing, passion. Number 2, imbibe that feeling that you're doing something for somebody, which is very, very important because
Giving something to the society.
That person comes and gives his brain in your hands. You can just pluck it and kill that person. He's in your hands. when somebody trusts you like that, you do the level best. So when you have that feeling to do the level best, you will become a very good neurosurgeon because you will read, you will know what to do, you will never experiment, you will do things that are right, and you will keep a safety margin. So what happens ultimately, the patient is going to be fine. Next question you asked is when patients come with, naturally, a patient comes, he has brain tumor. He has never heard. He's only heard bad things. He's seen it in movies. He's seen it in readings. Brain tumor means death.
Oh.
And then they come to you. As soon as they walk in, they sit in front of you. You look at the scan and say, oh my God, what a tumor. But let's do something. You're pushing them more into the depth. But if you look at things, don't worry. This can be dealt with. We have a solution for this. It also means that it has to be dealt with. We have to do a surgery. But you're positive. Then they immediately, okay, at least you don't see that worry in that my surgeon. If my surgeon also is worried with my tumor, what am I going to do?
ಯಾವಾಗಲೇ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಆಚೆ
ಹೌದು
ಹೊರದೇಶದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಒಬ್ಬ
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೊ ಇದು ಮೈ ಫಾದರ್ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಸಿ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೈ ಫಾದರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ he's a saintly person and anyone who knows him will vouch for that. And he has not shouted at anyone in his whole life, including us. He has always been, he used to communicate with babies and oldest in the same way, with the same importance.
Wow.
He always spread knowledge. He wanted to teach. He wanted to learn. He was learning till the age of 92. He was learning throughout. So when the example I give you is positivity, how you need to put in positivity. So he was in 10 years, 12 years he was in the UK. So he was working in a place called French Hospital, which is in Bristol, and in Queen Square, two places, so he got posted on either side.
Okay.
So in Queen Square, when the patient bandidru, he operated. He was doing general surgery at that time.
Sorry.
So abdomen open madidre, cancer bandu, it was completely clogged.
Oh.
So hope irliಲ್ಲ, ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಫ್ಯೂಚ್ ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು he came out. Then the patient came for follow-up. So patient asked, what do you think? Am I going to live? What's happening to me? What is my cancer? He said, don't worry. You live comfortably. It's all under control. We have seen it. We have closed. You're fine. So he's not lied to him anything. He said, you are fine now. Continue. Everything is fine. So it went 6 months. Every 3 months he used to come, talk to my father. They used to have a cup of coffee. Positive talking. Nothing about the disease. And he used to go. 1 year later, he got posted to Bristol. So what happened? Somebody else comes in his position. ಅವರು ಹಳೆ ಫೈಲ್ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡೇ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ನೋಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೊಸ ಪೇಷಂಟ್.
ಹೌದು ಹೌದು.
ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಹಳೆ ಫೈಲ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಯ್ಯಪ್ಪ, ಹೌ ಆರ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್? ಸಚ್ ಅ ಡೀಪ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬೀನ್ 1 year. That whole man, that positive feeling suddenly fell, his face fell. And he said, where is Dr. Varma? He wanted to talk to daddy. But within 2 weeks after that, he died. So my father always used to use a terminology, psychoneuroimmunology. It means your mind, positivity of mind, has control of your immune system, which can fight a disease.
Oh.
In simple words. So if you are positive and you are there, and then I am going to fight this tumor, a positive idre, your immune system itself produces stuff that will kill the tumor or reduce tumor or stop the tumor.
Crazy.
Is what his belief was.
Okay.
This was years back. Now research is showing that it is a possibility.
Alva.
So therefore, it is very important to spread positivity. If there's no positivity, see, positivity, negativity can only cause harm. Negative andre helondu, anger negative ide, sadness negative ide, boredom negative. All these are negative features. Happiness, joy, your positive thinking, all these are positive effects of the brain. And MRI, functional MRI anta ide ಈಗ ಹೊಸದು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ happiness ಇದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು brain, one area of the brain lights up. So sadness ಇದ್ರೆ it dims down on functional MRI. So they did a study. Happy, positive people had a brighter brain. Their blood vessels were better. The blood supply to the brain was better. And caused vasodilatation ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Blood vessels dilate in happiness, in positive feeling.
Wow.
But in sad feeling, there is vasoconstriction. So cells start dying. Peripherals who don't get blood die. So your billion cells ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. That is the process by which you can kill yourself basically if you are very negative all the time, sad all the time, depressed all the time. You can do it. So depression is something that will come. If somebody tells me I have a brain tumor, I'm going to be depressed. But I try to tell the patient, don't be depressed. I know it is human tendency to be depressed. But here we have a solution. Imagine if you are deceased, we had no solution.
Imagine this happened some 300 years ago.
So with all this technology, with the safety features that we have, this can be removed. You'll be better off than what you are now. That gives them a confidence.
So since we opened the surgery bit, as on today, brain surgery anta bandaga, what is the latest innovations aರಲ್ಲಿ?
Oh, fascinating innovations. Most important innovations from, if you look at past 30, 40 years or maybe even 50 years, is most important is we have got what's called microscope. That came in quite some time back, where we can see micro and we can see small. Brain is a small place. So trying to look into a small place with your naked eyes is difficult. So now when you look at with a lens, you don't have light there. So microscope had a lens with a light.
Oh.
So you can go deep, you can see small vessels, minute movements you can make out on the microscope. Micro instruments, bipolar cotton, because bleeding happens in the brain. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಬಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಟನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬ್ರೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬ್ರೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ದ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಮೋರ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ cautery. By using coagulation, we can stop small bleedings. Now we have navigation, which is newer. ನಮ್ಮ GPS ಥರ ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹೋದ್ರು ಒಂದು GPS ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದೇ ಥರ
ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆನೆ ಅದು ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು,
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. MRI with navigation, same GPS ಥರ. There's a setup and okay, I'm here, which part of the brain am I? Look, I'll know where I am.
ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು
Because brain ಅಲ್ಲಿ this is frontal lobe ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ರೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ 3rd cross 4th cross ಅಂತ ಬರೀತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಬಟ್ ಮುಟ್ಟು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಇದ್ರ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ?
ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ತೆಗಿತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪೆಂಡ್, ಐದರ್ ದೇ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್, 50% ಟ್ಯೂಮರೇ ತೆಗಿತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನು, ಕೀಮೊಥೆರಪಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಈವನ್ ದಟ್ ಮಚ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ರಿಮೂವ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಸೇಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ರಿಸೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಸೇಫ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಸಬ್ಸಿಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದು 10 people come to hit me, ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮಿ ಟು ಫೈಟ್ 10 people. ಬಟ್ ಅದು 2 ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಅದೇ
ನಿಜ.
If you bring the tumor to about 10%, 15%, radiation, chemo can act better.
ಸೊ ಉಳಿಯೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್, ಈಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫನ್ನಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು, ಏನೋ ಚೂರೇನೋ ತಲೆ ಸುತ್ತಂಗಾಯಿತು ಅಥವಾ ಮೂರ್ಛೆ ಹೋದ್ವಿ ಅಥವಾ ಏನೋ ವಿಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಆದಾಗ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಇದಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟು, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಸೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ವೈ ಅ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್, ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ ಆಸ್ ಆನ್ 2025 ಆರ್ ವಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಅಸರ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳಿಂದ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬರೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿರುತ್ತೆ?
ಹೌದು. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಹೇಳೋ ಥರ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಲೇಮ್ಯಾನ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ಸ್, ತಲೆನೋವು ಬಂದರೆ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರು, ಸೀಜರ್ಸ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರು, ವೀಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರೇ. ಬಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅದರ್ ಕಾಸಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಹೆಡ್ಏಕಿಗೆ ಒಂದು 100 ಕಾಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಎವ್ರಿ ಕಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಹೆಡ್ಏಕ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಣ್ಮಂಜು ಆ ಥರ ಏನಾದರೂ ಬಂದರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಥರ ಬರ್ತಾಯಿದೆ ಒಂದೇ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೀಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಥರ ಬರ್ತಾಯಿದೆ, ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ, ಆ ಥರ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ನ್ಯೂರಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ನ್ಯೂರಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೀಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಕಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವೀಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ, ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣು ಒಳಗಡೆ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಸ್ಕು ಸ್ವೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಟೆಲ್ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಒಂದು MRI ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ CT ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ, ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಒಂದು ಕಾಸ್ ರೂಲ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಟ್ರೀಟಬಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೆಡ್ಏಕ್. ದರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೆನಿ ನಾನ್ ಟ್ರೀಟಬಲ್. ಮೈಗ್ರೇನ್ is not treatable. ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಟಕ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಟು ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಡಯಟಿಂದ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮೈಗ್ರೇನ್, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಇಟ್. ಬಟ್ a tumor once removed, headache goes.
So today, what's the success ratio of a tumor, sir?
So nowadays, it's far better than in the past because of these technologies which I mentioned. There is an aspirator called ultrasonic aspirator ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೌಂಡಿಂದ ಅದು ಟ್ಯೂಮರನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
Oh wow.
So you can easily make out the tumor and remove. So all this technology has made neurosurgery very safe. And you can come out very, very comfortably.
70%, 80% success rate?
If it is benign tumor, even 100% you can say. But cancer tumor, the recurrence is there. Because cancer ಈಗ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ದು. ಇದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪಲ್ಲಿ. ಈ ಗ್ಯಾಪಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಹೋದರೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ ದಟ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅದು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಲೆಗ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇದ್ರೂ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ಲಿ ರಿಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಕೀಮೋಥೆರಪಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಬಟ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ರೇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಟ್. 5 years ಈ ಗ್ಲಯೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟೋಮಾ ಮಲ್ಟಿಫಾರ್ಮಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್, ವೆರಿ ಡೇಂಜರಸ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್. ಅದರ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ 3 months to 1 year. ಆಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪುಷ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು 2 years, 3 years. So that is how it is. So we have got both sides. So any tumor, benign tumors, safely removable. ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿನೈನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ಸಲ್ಲೂ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊರಗಡೆ, ಬಟ್ ಆಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್, ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಗೆ ವೀಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಆ ಥರನೂ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ನೋ ವೇರ್ ದ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಏರಿಯಾ, ಲೆಗ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ MRI. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸು ನಾವು ಡಿಲಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಓಕೆ ಈ ಮೇಜರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ತೆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
ಸರ್, ಈ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ?
ಅದು ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಡ್ ದೆನ್ ವಿ ವುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ಸ್. ಕೊರೋನಾ ಯಾಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಸೊ ಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ವೈರಸ್ಸಾ, ಒಂದು ಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ, ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಊಟದ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಫುಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಾಸ್.
ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ
ಸೊ ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್, ಕೆಲವರು ಹಾರ್ಮೋನಲ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾರಣ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಟವರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಟವರ್ಸ್ ಹತ್ರ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸಸೆಪ್ಟಬಲ್, ಸಮ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ವಿ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ನೋ ವೈ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ಲಿ ಅ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಅಕರ್ಸ್.
ವೈ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್? ಇಷ್ಟು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋದರೂ
ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ,
ನಡೀತಾನೆ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ನಡೀತಾನೆ ಇದೆ.
ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಏನಾಗೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಕೋವಿಡ್ಡು ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಯಂಗ್ ಏಜಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೋಕು ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಹಿಂದೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಯಂಗ್ ಏಜಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟ್ರೋಕ್ ಆಗೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಲ್ಲ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ದ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, is that connected to brain, stroke?
So there's a lot of connection. Food habits, there's a connection. Lack of sleep is a connection. Then nowadays we get a lot of processed food. That is supposed to be again a problem.
Howda?
So there's a multiple reasons. Another stress, for example, the myocardial heart attacks in youngsters have become very much more than in the past.
Stress in the
all could be stress related. Lack of sleep is supposed to be a very, very important reason why these things happen. So few examples, we have 3 examples. I have one of my very close friend. He was a gym man. He used to maintain his diet. He used to go to gym, very fit, extremely fit. At about 35 years of age, on the treadmill, he died.
Oh, you
had a MI and died. Then another friend in our apartment was in the gym, 25-year-old again, had a heart attack and died. Again, a very fit man. So then the question came, is fitness is an issue or is there something else?
Yep.
So there is a genetic issue which is important player. Second is lifestyle. All of them had lack of sleep. 3 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours.
What is good time to sleep?
6 to 7 hours of sleep you need to have. And because sleep repairs the brain while you're sleeping. It constantly repairs, reboots the brain, gets you ready.
ಕನ್ಸೆಲ್ಲ ಬೀಳ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವಾಗಲೂ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಎಲ್ಲ ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Brain work will continue. Brain doesn't sleep. You sleep. but the brain continues to work, continues to repair itself. So it's very important to have sleep as much as your exercise, as much as your diet. All are very, very important. Diet and exercise are extremely important, but don't compromise sleep, because sleep is also very, very important.
ಸೊ ಈಗ ರೆಡ್ ಫ್ಲಾಗ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಡಾಕ್? ಲೈಕ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೋಕ್ ವಿಚಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ.
ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್. ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಕಾಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಫಾದರ್ಗೆ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್ಗೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಡಯಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ಡಯಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ
ಲೆಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್, ಲೆಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಫೈಬರ್ಸ್, ಆ ಥರ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಚ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ has got a specific tailored ಫುಡ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್.
ಸರಿ,
ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗು, ಡಯಟಿಂಗು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ is not necessary. But if you're restricted, well nourished, small amounts of meals, you can plan that. Fasting once in a way is good, they say. All these are anecdotal. They're saying their study, they have seen that it does well. Some people say do Indian style fasting. Some people do say Shaolin style fasting.
ಶಾವ್ಲಿನ್ ಸ್ಟೈನ್ ಅಂದರೆ
one type of fasting.
ಅಂದರೆ
4 hours fast. Shaolin, Chinese.
ಚೈನಾದವ್ರದ್ದು
4 hours ತಿನ್ನೋದು, 4 hours fast ಮಾಡೋದು, 4 hours ತಿನ್ನೋದು, 9 to 6 ಆ ಥರ ಏನೂ ಇದೆ.
ಓಹೋ,
I'm not sure of all the details. But intermittent fasting, they say 16 hours, 8 hours. This is all
That I
coming
do.
in a big thing.
16 hours of fasting, 8 hours
So
of
fasting
eating.
is good. It's not bad. But again, you'll have to see if you're a diabetic, non-diabetic, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಶುಗರ್ ತುಂಬ ಬಿದ್ದರೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. So those are the things that one has to look at. So all of them contribute to brain health. How you take care of your sleep, how you take care of your exercise. You know, your calf muscles are your peripheral hearts. So heart pumps muscle, calf muscles also pump muscle.
Oh.
So that's why they say walking, exercise, even a brisk walk of 45 minutes, 4 kilometers if you can do, it's very good exercise.
Since we are talking about brain's general health, I have some questions
Sure.
which you can help us understand the brain health.
As much as I know, I will let you know.
So before I get into this, how do you explain brain to a 5-year-old watching? Brain ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೆದುಳು ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ?
Very difficult. Because if you look at brain as a mass, it's like a jelly-like mass. Okay? So jelly ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಜೆಲ್ಲಿ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
ಪಿಂಕ್ ಇರತ್ತಾ ಈ ಫೋಟೋಲ್ ತೋರಿಸೋ ಥರ?
ಪಿಂಕಿಶ್ ಯೆಲ್ಲೋ ಕ್ರೀಮಿ ಥರ. ನಾವು ಈಗ ಕ್ಯಾರಮೆಲ್ ಕಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಿ.
ಓಹೋ.
ಬಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ದೆಮ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬಿಲಿಯನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ರೂಮ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಪೀಸಸ್ ಗೋಳಿಗಳು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮಾರ್ಬಲ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. One big room full of marbles. Fix it with marbles. Each marble is a neuron. And each marble is connected to the other marble. So 4 marbles can be connected 4 times to another marble. Or 3 times to another marble.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ.
Generally, ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು. So each connection, ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾರ್ಬಲ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ, one marble will touch another marble. ಅದು ಒಂದು ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಆ ಥರ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಇನ್ ಒನ್ ರೂಮ್ ಫುಲ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೆದುಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ಸ್.
ಅಷ್ಟು ಡೇಟಾ ಇಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ.
ಹೌದು.
I think I read it somewhere. It was 86 billion
cells, neurons.
Cells.
And then trillion, 86 trillion connections.
ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ.
ಹೌದು.
ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇದು ಬೇರೆ ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್, ಆ ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ನು, ಅದರ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಬಂದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು 430 km/h.
ಹೌದು.
ಫಾಸ್ಟರ್ ದೆನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ 1 ಕಾರ್ ಅಂತ.
Don't even compare. It is faster than light. I see you and I understand so many things by just looking at you. First time you said no, when we saw there was something. That whole analysis happens within seconds. So forget car, formula car, light speed ಅಂತೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ರೈನನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ?
ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್, ಮಾತೆಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಸೌಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇದೆ ನಮಗೆ.
ಸರಿ.
ಅದ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಇದೆ. ವಿ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ದ ಐಡಿಯಾ. We don't know. For example, I'll tell you. There is have you seen, you have heard of patients, sadhus living in Himalayas without a stitch on their cloth. Minus 20 degrees, minus 30 degrees. They'll wear one loin cloth and be there.
ಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ.
How is that body going to adjust to that?
Uh-huh.
So that is one function of the brain, to adjust the body to that situation. Levitate ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಜನ, ಮೆಡಿಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೀಗೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಲೆವಿಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. All plan of the mind. So the mind is very powerful. There are a lot of things that you and me can do, but we do not know how to access that part of the brain. Same example ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಹೈ ಎಂಡ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು? ಹೌ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮೈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಆರ್ ಹೈ ಎಂಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್. ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ. ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಅದರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್. ಸೊ 10 times that amount is there in the brain.
So how to optimize the usage of a brain?
So they call it islands of intelligence, islands of extra work. So some people, they may be really bad in their maths, but they're brilliant singers, beautiful musicians. That means the music area is developed very well. So that area is an area which you and me can develop. You are anyway a musician, so you are okay. But people like me, bathroom singers, we can develop that if we want.
Oh.
It is just how we practice and how we get to that level, how to understand that, and how to radially now turn ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಟ್ಯೂನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಥರ ಟ್ಯೂನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ okay, this is working, but you have to be sensitive. Your aerial should be sensitive to get the radio link. ಅದೇ ಥರ. So you can get it. It's fascinating.
Since you spoke about intelligence, ಈ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತಿಕೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದಾ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮೆದುಳನ್ನು ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತರಾಗ್ಬೋದಾ?
ಸೊ ಮೆದುಳು ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಟು ಯು. ನಾವು ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಿದೆ.
ಓ, ಸೊ ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ
ಎಸ್
ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತರಾಗ್ಬೋದು.
ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ನಿಮ್ಮದು, ನಮ್ಮದು, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ದರ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್ ವೆಲ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇನ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ autism, some areas are not developed well. Down syndrome, some brains are not, areas are not well. Basic intelligence is there, but they cannot get beyond a level. But in a normal brain, which is 80-90% of the world, you can maximize it to whatever length you want, to whatever extent you want. You ask me to run 100 meters in less than 10 seconds, agala. But Bolt ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Same body. He has also got heart, kidney, liver, lung, muscles ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಇದೆ, ನನಗೂ ಇದೆ.
So it's training.
Training and surpassing each step better. So he did 9 seconds. After that he did 8 seconds. You can extend or stretch your body as much as you want with the help of a strong mind and small brain.
So you spoke about the islands of intelligence. I think you're talking about those 8 intelligence that we are all born with. Ada? Like
No, I'm talking about, for example, some people are considered, say, autistic. That means the less intelligent people. They'll have islands. Some people can draw beautifully, but they can't write a single word. But they'll draw the most beautiful paintings. You'll say, painting ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ABCD ಬರೆಯಬಹುದಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. Their whole evolution is from that. So such a person, if you make him an artist, he will be ready for the world. Or a musician, he doesn't have, he can't pass his 10th standard. He can't pass any exam because he is not focused. He's always, but if he's good in music, guide him in music, he'll be a top musician. He doesn't need all the other things that we are saying that he requires. 1 + 1 2 and all, he need not know.
So this is what you're calling as islands of intelligence.
Islands of intelligence is there within an defective brain. You will have, also in a defective brain you will have islands of intelligence.
So how do I identify this?
So let the child come out with that. Don't try to force yourself on the child. Child will come out. Be sensitive what child is good at. Propagate that. Support that as much as possible.
So now we come to understanding the brain and brain health. Doctor, in your opinion, what are top 5 everyday habits that are secretly damaging the brain?
There are so many I can tell, but I think the important ones, if you say, one is lack of sleep.
Okay.
Is really damaging the brain. Laziness and procrastination. Because you sit and say, I will do that later. I won't do it now. I like to sit, relax, think. That's good, but not all too much, because the brain doesn't. Learn new things. As I told you, the neurons will not increase in number, but the connections, interconnections can increase.
Adane neuroplasticity.
Plasticity. And aging. You see, as you grow older, memory comes down. It's a boon. If your memory is so good, tomorrow I see you, I will not be able to recognize you, because my memory is today's you. Any small change tomorrow, I will not be able to see.
Oh.
I won't recognize you. So the greatest boon God has given us is forgetfulness. The bad things you forget. It's good things you remember. So brain heals itself. So memory is a very important. But as you grow older, the memory comes down. Alzheimer's, dementia, these things slowly step in certain people. So if you constantly do brain gym, ಕೈಗೆ ಮೈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಜಿಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ಥರ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಜಿಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಸುಡೋಕೋ, ವರ್ಡ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲವು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಗೇಮ್ಸ್, ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ you're thinking, no? You're thinking as you grow older, learn a new language or start painting, learn a new art, learn a stitching, knitting. Knitting is hand-eye coordination with brain. For example, if you're creating a beautiful sweater, knitting ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು knitting ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡು ಐ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. So it's a mix. So what happens, your brain is active throughout. Moment you retire and say, I'm retired, I don't do anything, your brain starts deteriorating. So my father always says, there's no retirement, only retiring.
Wow.
You keep on doing. Then you sustain. My father retired when he was 90. 92, he was no more. Because he said retirement is going. Till then you do your work. Do new things. Learn new things. See new things.
I think ನಾವು ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ 60ಕ್ಕೆ ಶಾಂತಿ ಅಂತ I think life starts at 60 ಅಂತ ನೋಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ I guess. Even in Japan.
Even in WHO now it's changed old age. Now up to 60 is middle age only. So ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ adolescents. slowly ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Old age is 80 years. 80 years is considered elderly now. That's because our longevity has increased. All over the world it's nearly 80 is the average. India 70, 65 or 70 I think is the average. So from 45 in the past, it's slowly going up. That means you have found more things to keep you alive, but you have not found things to keep you alert and bright. Wow. So you are sometimes alive being not alert and a burden. But then you should keep on doing new things.
Amazing tip. So not learning anything new ಅಥವಾ brain gym activity ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದು, that's slowly damaging your brain.
Lazy brain becomes, no? Then the brain starts saying, okay, ಇಷ್ಟು ಸಾಕು, ಒಬ್ಬ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಮೆಮರಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. So bring it down.
Theory is that you use it or lose it.
Yeah, use it or lose it.
Same muscle-ಗೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇದು brain-ಗೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ.
So number 4,
disuse atrophy ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. Disuse atrophy. ಎಲ್ಲ atrophy ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
Atrophy, yeah.
Same thing, brain. You should keep using it, learn new things. Every day you do something new. Every day you have some excitement. Then your life goes on, depression goes away, all those bad things also go away. Because you have an aim, small aims. Keep small aims. My aim is 6-pack by 60. ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಅದಕ್ಕೇನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೇನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ at least I have a goal to achieve.
Yeah.
Keep goals. Keep goals. Yeah.
Amazing. So I think pretty much ಇದರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ encapsulate ಆಗೋಗಿದೆ. I don't have to go till 5th one, I guess.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅದರಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸುಮಾರು ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ದೆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನಫ್.
This is enough ಅಂತೀರಿ. What are the most powerful foods for a sharper brain function?
So this is a big farce. They say for sharp food, you have to have this much omega-3. Everything, if you have a very good balanced diet, everything is included in it. Now, if you do dieting, then you need supplements. High protein diet. Carbohydrate, no carbohydrate. You have to give a balanced scientific diet. If you continue, really you don't need exercise, balanced diet.
So what is balanced diet for Indians?
For example, a lot of refined food is coming now, which is not what it is, like burgers packaged. And idu alla. So if you're non-vegetarian, nicely cooked meat and with adequate spices or the lakondo. It's very important to stick to what your community eats. For example, now we are rice eaters. Don't avoid rice. North, they're wheat eaters. They shouldn't avoid wheat. You do what they want to do and say, oh, no, wheat is a better carbohydrate, I want wheat. It can have detrimental effect because your body is not yet ready for wheat, because your generations on rice.
DNA hangge ide.
So that change ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ time ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. So that is why when I say the refined food, what they call as all these fast foods and all those things.
Pizza, burgers.
Maybe in due course of time, your body might adjust to it. But the process will cause a lot of damage before you start adjusting to it. So that's why, it's very important to, native diet is very important. Maintain your native diet.
ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದವ್ರು ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ರು
ರಾಗಿ ಮುದ್ದೆ ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು, ರಾಗಿ ಮುದ್ದೆನೇ ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕು. That is good for you, that will help you. Generations it's helped. So your body is ready to accept that comfortably. Body is good. When you put a new thing, it will accept. But you constantly put new things, it gets confused also. So that is why you need to put the right things at the right point. And I think that is the advice I would give.
So early warning signs ಏನು ಬ್ರೈನಿಗೆ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ?
So first and foremost is fatigue. You can get brain fatigue. That means you are working. For example, we do suffer brain fatigue quite often. Because sometimes I have surgery now. For example, now I'm here talking to you. When emergency might come, I'll have to go and operate. That might go on till night. And then if sudden another emergency, often it happens, not very often, but when it happens, so I'm operating from 8 in the morning to next day 8. I'm going to be tired, fatigue, sleepiness, confusion. Then you need to take rest, you need to sleep, you need to reboot and get back to action. Sometimes at the end of the day you feel tired, you go home, put some good music which you love. That will reboot you. Or listen to whatever, you play an instrument. Or you sing a song, forget whether you're a good singer or not. That gives you a lung exercise, it gives you, understands music, you can see music and feel comfortable. So all those small things, have some good meal, comfortable meal, and then which you love. So all that gives positive energy. You just develop your positive energy, then you get. But fatigue is something that anyone will understand. You will also, after working so hard and you go home, you feel tired. But something rejuvenates you.
So signs are like confusion, not able to focus.
You're sitting and sleeping off. You're sitting in a conference and you sleep off, means you're not adequate sleep, your mind is shut off. So mind shuts off like that. Yeah.
So what's your take on ಇವತ್ತು ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕಾಫಿ ಎಲ್ಲ 3 ಗಂಟೆ ಆದಮೇಲೆ 4 ಗಂಟೆ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಕುಡಿಬಾರ್ದು, ಇಟ್ ಹರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಸರ್ಕೇಡಿಯನ್ ರಿದಮ್ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್?
So we have a rhythm. All of us don't follow it. We need to sleep the 6 to 8 hours. The Brahma Muhurtam is 4 a.m. in the morning, the best time to be awake. None of us are doing it. Technically, that is how you have to do. You should sleep by 9 o'clock in a dark room with no light anywhere. ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡೋದು, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಟಿ ವಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪಿಂಗ್ ವೆಲ್, ನಾರ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ informative video that you see. So when you go to sleep, worst thing you can have is a TV in your bedroom. Don't have a TV in your bedroom. Once you charge your mobile, don't take it. Once you switch off your lights with ambient temperature, sleep, you will get good sleep. Because light, all of them. So that rhythm is something that you have to maintain. Caffeine is a stimulant. Coffee has a stimulant, caffeine. It keeps you bright. It keeps you awake. So you're delaying sleeping. You can't sleep so much that because next day you have to get to work. So if you're a retired man, you can sleep till 10 a.m., 12 a.m. But you can't. So your amount of quality sleep will come down. And you're doing the last minute work, last minute light. So you'll be lying down, simply like that, you'll lie down without light and all for about half an hour before you can get sleep. But if you're very tired, switch off a light. As soon as you hit the bed, you'll sleep. But it's very, very important to give adequate rest to your brain to reaccumulate the pressure, the positivities, and redo everything so that tomorrow morning you're a fresh person. Sleep is very important. I think one most important thing is, if you look at it, sleep, exercise, diet. In that order. People do the other way around. They do a lot of exercise, they become tired, they eat very little food that makes them more tired, and they don't sleep. It's gone. So, and don't do exercise in, say, 6 in the evening or 7 in the evening or 10 in the evening. There are people who are working all day, 10 o'clock they'll come to the gym.
Yes.
You're right and up and about. And you'll sleep very late because you're bright because of your gym.
Adrenaline rush or whatever.
Yeah. So, readjust these things and readjust your life. It's easy for me to say, but if you really do it and make it a habit, make it a practice, make it your principle, then it works well. And then you will see you sustain much better.
Wake up to fresh ideas. Repose.
ಸೊ 3 ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಲೋ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಏಜಿಂಗ್.
So I told you, one is learn new
ಲರ್ನ್
things.
ನ್ಯೂ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು.
Organize yourself. See, when you organize yourself, you put it into perspective, right? You're thinking about, okay, what time you would have your breakfast, what time you would have a bath. Spiritual connections, prayers is very important because you connect with the super, the supernatural or the supreme power, which you call God. You connect. When you connect, you get relief of stress. See, when I go, for example, for myself, when I go to surgery, first thing I pray is, may these hands do good for the patient.
ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳೋ ಮೂಲಕ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲಿರೋ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್
ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ತೆಗಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ.
ಯಾಕಂತ ಭಾರ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಭಗವಂತನೇ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಗಾಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಪರೇಟಿಂಗ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ their life is at your hand. They have completely surrendered to you. So it's a big responsibility, and you take that responsibility alone, it's going to be a heavy show. You won't be able to survive or function. But then if you ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, it's a different situation, and your confidence level increases phenomenally.
True that. Fear, doubt,
Yeah. So I pray to my father, who's no more, my mother, who's no more, because their unlimited love and affection is there all the time.
Wow.
So their protection is always there. I can feel my father sometimes when I'm operating. If I have confusion, I think of my father and I look back, because he used to be there. Immediately I get an answer what to do in the next step. And it is wonderful. It's a feeling that I've experienced and I'm still experiencing. So, and I have a heavy bleeding. I'm not able to control it. So I relax for some time and then think, and he will give me an idea. Okay, do this, it'll stop. So then it stops. So, small things like that. But you need to you need to share your responsibilities, share things.
Share the load.
If there's a complex case, I tell my wife, oh, today I'm going for a complex. Okay, I'll pray for you, she says. That is one confidence you have.
Wow.
Somebody else is praying for you and for your patient. So she prays not only for me, she prays for the patient also. So it makes a difference. It makes such a difference when that confidence is there with you and you go in.
It's so nice to see the human side of doctors also.
Oh yeah, we are humans. Doctor, ನೀವು ದೇವರು. When they say no, ನಾನು ದೇವರಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ, ನಾನು human being, ದೇವರಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. I have a God's
Clarity,
picture
right?
in my OPD. Said, he is there. I am just instrumental in this, don't worry. Then they really understood. They said, okay, they have sent you to me. Others, that is okay, different. That's a different issue that you can believe. But that's how it is. The same patient will kick back also. You killed him, the patient. So it is how you develop a rapport with the patient. It's very, very important. You should believe that you're doing the best for them. And they'll agree. They will be online with that.
Are there any proven ways to boost memory naturally?
So again, this is what my father used to say. As we grow older, memory does fade. So he used to keep a chit. And he will write what all to do today. I have to go here, I have to go there. 30th, I have to do this. 26th, I have to do this.
Oh.
And keep it in his pocket. So he will remember. But once in a way, he will just take it and look. If he has missed out anything. So you're training your brain. So there's a double impression that you have. 1, you're thinking. 2, you're writing. 3, you're seeing what you've written.
Oh.
So it is 3 times you're registering it in your brain. And then he'll keep the small, he used to have so many small little pads and he'll keep it in his pocket. This was when he was already 70, 80.
Oh my God.
He used to keep everything noted.
So ಅವ್ರು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗಲೂ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಂತ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, that he depended on memory. He had a very good memory, so it managed. But when he realized that age is catching up, there are certain things you might miss. He never used to hesitate. That is one. So the second one is, as I told you, brain gym. Keep doing things that do multitasking. That is another thing which is very difficult to do, but you have to train yourself. Think about something, do something else, hear something. So when you do that, your brain is like active in 3 different spheres. So sometimes I'm watching a movie and I'm doing a video game at the same time. Oh. So my concentration is there on the video game, which moved to next. On the side, I'm listening to the dialogues that's happening in the movie, so I connect.
Oh.
And sometimes if my wife is saying something, the third thing I'll be listening to. So try to do that, because what happens is it's brain gym only. It's exercising your brain to
you vouch for multitasking then.
Multitasking is very, very important. Women are far superior multitaskers than men.
Genetically, genes ಬಂದಿರೋದೇ
So if you look at a woman's brain, smaller than a man's brain. But the neurons may be lesser than a man's neurons. But the interconnectivity is better in a woman. So they say intelligence may be more better in a woman than in a man.
Yay.
Mass is better in a man. So there are many studies that have been done. And multitasking is one of the reasons they've given that the brain in a woman interacts much better than a man can.
Oh wow. So it's the connectivity end of the day
Because the neurons are finite. They don't regenerate. There's no regeneration in the brain.
Oh ಹೌದಾ?
Like liver, ಒಂದು ಪೀಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಪೀಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ರೀಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ರೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಂದ ಏನು ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೋ ಕೊನೆವರೆಗೂ ಅದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಅದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್. The interconnections develop.
Connections.
So those new connections will develop between the present neurons. Some neurons are just tumor sitting. Suddenly when one neuron nearby which is doing the function loses the function, then this fellow wakes up and says, okay, I'll do that function, but you'll have to help in that function.
ಓಹೋ.
That's how it works.
ಸೊ ಈ ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ಸನ್ನು ಆ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಈಗ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ,
ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ
ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಜಿಮ್, ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ, ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ಸು, ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜು, ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಐ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಷನ್ನು,
ಬಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕಡ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಯಾವ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಡೀ ಬ್ರೈನ್ದು ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಲಿಟ್?
ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವೇರೀಸ್. ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಹಾಡು ಆಡುವಾಗ, ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಹಾಡು ಕೇಳುವಾಗ,
ಓಹೋ,
ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ಬುಕ್ ಓದುವಾಗ.
ಸೊ ಅದು ನನ್ನ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ? ವೆನ್ ಮೈ ಐ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಟನ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್,
ಟ್ವಿಂಕಲ್ಸ್,
ಹಾಂ,
and you feel good, then that means the
ಎಲ್ಲ ಫುಲ್ಲು ಲಿಟ್ ಅಪ್, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ದೀಪಾವಳಿ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂತ
ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. And these are proved by functional MRI. People have read, they've seen what blows up, so it lights up. Different parts of the brain light up at different situations. So it's a fascinating world.
Since we opened the brain thing, what's that one area that you guys have still not ventured in about the brain? ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ರೀಲ್ಸ್ದು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಈಗ ಅಮೆಗ್ಡೆಲಾ, ಹಿಪೋ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ಸು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು 20 ವರ್ಷದ ಮುಂಚೆ ನನಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಬಾಯಿನಲ್ಲೂ ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಮೆಗ್ಡೆಲಾ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ
ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಿರುತ್ತೆ,
ಸ್ಟಿಮ್ಯುಲೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ
ಅದು ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ಅನಾಟಮಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದಿಂದಾನೇ ಅದಿದೆ. ಫ್ರಾಂಟಲ್ ಲೋಬ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಲೋಬ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪಿಂಗ್ ನೌ ಮೋರ್ ಈ ಏರಿಯಾ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ದಿಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸಿ ಮಂಕೀಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಲಾಟ್. ನಮ್ದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪಿಂಗ್. ಯು ಸೀನ್ ಮಂಕೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಫ್ಲಾಟ್, ಐಬ್ರೋ ಇಂದ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಫ್ರಂಟಲ್ ಲೋಬ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕದು. ಸೊ ಆಸ್ ದ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫ್ರಂಟಲ್ ಲೋಬ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್.
ಸೊ ಹಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತಿಂದ 50 ವರ್ಷದ ಮುಂದಿನ ಜನ
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಕೆಲವು ಮಕ್ಕಳದ್ದು ನೋಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನ್ಯೂಯರ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಬಿಗರ್ ಫ್ರಂಟಲ್ ಬಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್.
ಸೊ ಈಗ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನೇ ಆದರೂ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 100-200 ವರ್ಷದ ಮಾತಂತಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತೇ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದು ಊಹೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ 100% ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಸ್ಕಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಲೈಕ್ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಹಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ನಿಯಾಂಡರ್ಟಲ್ ಮೆನ್ ಟು ನೌ. ತುಂಬ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇದೆ. ಇವನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್, ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್, ಪಾಸ್ಚರಿಂಗ್, ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಹಾಗೆ ಇದು ಫಾರ್ ಶೋರ್ ಅಮೇಝಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಅನಾಟಮಿ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಬಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇನ್ನೂ ಈ ದ ಮಿಥಿಕಲ್ ಝೋನ್, ಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಝೋನ್ ಅಂತ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಸುಮಾರಿದೆ. ಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿನೇ ಇರೋದು 10% ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ,
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ,
ಬಾಕಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ.
ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ವಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ, ಇನ್ನೂ ನಾವು ಟ್ಯಾಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಟ್ಯಾಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇವಾಗ?
ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು, ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಿವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ how your body sensitizes. See what's happening in this fast world, in this busy world. We don't sit and look at ourselves, introspect what we are good at, what you feel nice at. ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಹರಿಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ತುಂಬಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ದಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಬಾಡಿ, ದಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟರ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಬಾಡಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ.
ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟರ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್?
We don't know. See, for example, as I told you, when you see something nice or when you eat something nice, you get that josh. ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ.
ಅದು ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರಿಗೆ
ಇಟ್ ವೇರೀಸ್. ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ವೇರೀಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಟು ಪರ್ಸನ್.
ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು.
ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, some Mohammed Rafi songs when I hear, I feel so comfortable, so relaxed. The way he modulates his voice. Rajkumar's some songs, Kannada songs. When you hear that, untrained voice, but beautiful. Beautiful words, beautiful voice. That can capture you. And you just sit and listen to that and you're good. So like that, So
find yours.
Yeah, and paintings. You can go to an art gallery and sit up front. 1 hour you can stand in front of a painting, imagining what all it could be, and giving you that little excitement. Travel. You drive down a beautiful drive, little rain, some music in the background. So comfortable. It makes you good. One chill out session like that, your brain is rewired, reworked, and you're right there.
Can you explain the correlation between nature and brain, doctor? Because they say nature madhya iti takshnane nimge mind feels very nice anta.
Correct. So there are people who love nature, wilderness. They go into the wild. There are equally number of people who say, "Appa, agala nanige busy town irbeku, jana irbeku, agala mane illi irbeku. Nandu ಒಂದು ಮೌಂಟೇನು, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ರಿವರು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಮನೆ. It's fascinating. Only we stay there, food, river is there, music is there. But then, it varies from person to person. That's why I told you it's so individual. No fingerprint is the same. We all know your fingerprint, my finger. Like that, each brain is different. Anatomically, finger looks same. But the structure, the functionality can be vary. Structure also is same. ನಿಮಗೂ ಇದೆ ಅಮಿಗ್ಡಲ, ನಿಮಗೂ ಇದೆ ಹಿಪ್ಪೋಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ what you use that hippocampus for, what you use your limbic system for.
ಅದೇ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಾ?
ಅದು you can change the functionality there.
ಲೈಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈಗ ಇಡೀ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅದು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಪಂಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಅನ್ನೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರೈನ್ಗೆ. ಈಗ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಮೆಮರಿಗೆ ಹಿಪ್ಪೋಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ನೀವು ಅಮಿಗ್ಡಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು.
ಹೌದು, ಅಲ್ಲ ಮೆಮರಿ ಆ ಚೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾ ಏದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಈವಿಲ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, when palmistry somebody saw and said, you will be very good with a knife. I can be good with a sword, knife, and I can be good with my surgical knife.
Alva?
It's how you think about it and how you follow yourself. ನನಗೆ ನೈಫ್ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಈಗ ಕಳ್ಳನ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಇದಾಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಆರ್ ವಾರಿಯರ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ. Those days we used to go for war also. So sword was a knife. So it varies, it varies from person to person what they're good at, what they get their benefit.
So ಅದೇ ಲೈನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ your brain can pick anything.
Correct.
So who makes those choices?
You have to make the choice. Yeah.
ನನ್ನ ಅದೇ ಐಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಲೈಕಿಂಗ್.
Introspect, see what is your liking, what you feel comfortable. Do what you feel comfortable.
What is the biggest difference between a healthy brain and a stressed brain?
It's just how you, the feeling. Healthy brain, you feel good. Stressed brain, you feel bad. It's simple. If you're feeling bad, if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling something
irritated,
that you can't
angry.
explain. See, I have some problem I can't explain. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನಿಮಗೆ, ನನಗೆ ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಮೂಡಿಲ್ಲ. Have you heard people saying that? They don't know, they can't pinpoint why, but they're feeling bad. That could be an indication that you need some rest, you need some rejuvenation.
Mistakes people do while training their brain.
You can train your brain, as I told you, in any way. You can train your brain to kill somebody. The greatest murderers, they have phenomenal brain to analyze how to kill a person without being caught. That is brain activity only. Intelligent people, but in the wrong direction. Same thing you can do. You can plan a fantastic jail where nobody can escape. You have to be a criminal to understand the chain.
Wow, so well
similarly,
said.
yeah. Similarly, there are these whole brain activity, brain strength can be focused into good activity and a different activity, which could harm somebody, some could help somebody. So it all varies from place to place, person to person, situation to situation. It varies.
So is it true that brain doesn't know good or bad?
Brain knows what is society defined good or bad, because that's what we learn.
You are only training it.
Yeah, because you're learning that. Your father would have told you, Magane, you don't have alcohol, alcohol is bad for you. So that is in your mind. But if you see small amount of alcohol, sometimes it can be good for you. Problem is we don't know how to restrict that to remain that small. But that is one example I'm giving you. It's not really bad, but our usage is bad. We are using it badly. So that is also very important. How you use the facility. Anything you overdo, you overeat, same problem. You overdrink, it's the same problem. So when you do things over and above a limit,
ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್. ಅಮೃತನೂ ವಿಷ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದರೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಈ ಫಿಯರು, ಡೌಟ್ಸು, ಆ್ಯಂಗರು, ಲಸ್ಟು, ಏನೇ ಎಮೋಷನ್ ಇದ್ದರೂ ದೇಸೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಈಗ ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಯಾವುದ್ರದ್ದು ಸುಳಿವು ಬ್ರೈನಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಕಲರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ದೆನ್.
It's a chemical reaction for the brain because a brain is an electrochemical organ. Okay, very simple. There is a positive, there is a negative. The release of positive, negative releases chemicals which are the neurotransmitters.
ಹೆಂಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗೋದದು?
ಇದು ನೋಡಿ, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್, ಎಂಡ್ ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇದೆ. ದಿ ಎನಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ, that is why we are able to do DBS and stimulate, because we are nullifying the electrical activity by putting electricity. So have you seen cells? In a cell there is a negative activity, positive poles in the negative and positive pole. The pole negative and the positive pole opens pores so that the electrochemicals can be pushed out. This chemical from this end is received. So chemical is a message that comes to the end point, and the neurons are messengers. They send message. So I want the message bandu, that message is understood by this neuron and the function happens. For example, I do this. Purposely I am doing it. That means my body is working on doing this. Parkinson's ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥರ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಟ್ರೆಮರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. That is because they misreading your message.
ಯಾರು ಈ ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ಸ್
ಇವರಿಬ್ಬರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ either messenger is sending more message, so it's going fast, and this is not able to control that message. So we put the chemical which is not there to a tablet, and this becomes slow.
Oh, so firstly, since you brought this up and that's your area, one of the big area of specialization, Parkinson ಯಾಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್?
ಅದು ಕಾರಣ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. There is something called a hereditary Parkinson's, from family to family to family. Some people say there are certain areas in the world which are prone to Parkinson's. Maybe the chemical, the water, we don't know what.
ಯಾವ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲ. Generally I'm saying. So there are certain areas, in certain families in India which Parkinson's is common in. Familial. Some areas, like for example, they say, I think somewhere in the north there are some areas which are, lot of Parkinson patients are there. So we don't know what.
India.
Yeah, India. Then you can get Parkinson and Parkinson-like syndromes. For example, Muhammad Ali, boxer, he used to constantly being boxed, and his brain was shuddering each time you get a box. So that caused minor vascular injuries to the brain, leading to what's called vascular Parkinson's disease. So this rigidity and all caused because number of neurons are shaken and spoiled. So like that, person to person is varies. And so therefore Parkinson's, we don't know the cause, but we don't have a treatment. No cure for Parkinson's. But if you have tremor, rigidity, this is tremor is itragodu. Rigidity means very stiff hands.
So ಎರಡು extreme
and
ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ.
slow movement.
Okay.
Bradykinesia ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಮೂರು. These are three components of Parkinson's disease. So in that, if you have a tablet and this goes, technically it's cured. But the Parkinson's process continues. That is when, so with drugs it really helps, but after some time the drug, you have to keep increasing the drug. ಆವಾಗ ಅದರದ್ದು ಸೈಡ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ DBS ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. DBS ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ರೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಐದರ್ ಸ್ಟಿಮ್ಯುಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಮ್ಯುಲೇಟಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ಹಾಕಿ ವಿ ಪುಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ದೇರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಝ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್, ಝ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So that is function. That is the theory behind it. We still don't know what is the exact theory behind deep brain stimulation, but it says that it zaps the nucleus, you get your benefit. So and it's dramatic. You see a patient comes like that and you put the DBS and he's like that. It's absolutely fine. You switch off that battery which is kept on the chest, starts again. Switch it on, it stops. Because it stimulates that particular area of the brain or zaps that particular area of the brain which produces the effect of the produces more of the neurotransmitter or less of the neurotransmitter.
ಸೊ DBS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ?
ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂಡರ್ ದ ಸ್ಕಿನ್, ವೈರ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ, ವೈರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎರಡು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ subthalamic nucleus ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 6 millimeter into 5 millimeter ಸೈಜ್. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ಹಾಕಿ ವಿ ಸ್ಟಿಮ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೈಕ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಸರ್ಜರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಿಮ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹೊಸದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ದೆನ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ಸೈಕೋಸಿಸ್, Tourette syndrome. So many new things are there where you can put all these electrodes in different parts of the brain depending on that. Stimulate that and you feel better.
ಈ ಹಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅದು ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಬ್ರೈನ್ಗೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ.
ಪೇಸ್ ಮೇಕರ್ ಅಂತ.
ಪೇಸ್ ಮೇಕರ್ ಥರ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ವಾವ್.
Fascinating. Beautiful things that are coming up. Neurosciences is the most fascinating because it's the least understood. ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಕ್ ಸೈನಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಕ್ ಇದೆ, ಕಿಡ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ರೀಸನ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀರ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ಯು, ನಾಟ್ ಯು. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ Rashmi's brain is put into Ravi becomes Rashmi.
Oh, correct.
Alva. Because whatever is stored in your brain is coming to me.
This is software.
Only my body is different, but Rashmi is Rashmi in the brain.
So there is ಇನ್ನೂ ಆಗೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ತಾನೇ, ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. I think
we don't know.
ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿರ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ.
ಅದೇ ಸಿನಿಮಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ತೆಲುಗು ಸಿನಿಮಾಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಫ್ಲೈ ಆಗಿ ಒಬ್ಬರದ್ದು ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So man A becomes man B, that B becomes A because the A's brain has shifted to B.
Doctor, now I want to understand some early cognitive decline signs people ignore.
First cognitive decline usually is they stop communicating with people.
How is it usually?
Friends, it depends on the age. Young onset ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, middle ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, senior ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, you don't know where. For example, dementia can occur even at 25-30 years old. Memory starts losing, they stop recognizing people, they do repeatedly the same thing, they talk repeatedly the same thing in one sentence, twice they'll tell you the same thing, like that slowly, then they'll become okay. So these islands of bad time become more and more and more. And islands of good time, that means when you're normal, becomes less and less and less. So then you know that slowly you're going towards dementia or Alzheimer's or memory loss.
ಇದಕ್ಕೇನಾದರೂ preventive measures ಇದೆಯಾ?
Preventive measures, one is as I told you, brain gym and all those things. There are some medications which are again like ginkgo biloba and all those which are supposed to be tonics to the brain. Nothing has been proved, but studies have shown there is some benefit. There are few medications again which help, but no cure. We cannot rapidly stop it. And all those things.
Alzheimer's. What's your take on
a lot of research is happening. So at some point we'll get an answer.
So Ayurveda illela innu answer sikkilva?
Illa.
Research
madidare.
Eno
so Jari-Booty only problem is lack of research. They're very good studies, homeopathy, Ayurveda, all are very nice. But they don't have evidence-based medicine. Now they're coming. USA, there are big institutions having Ayurveda as their main.
So you see hope?
Yes. It has to come. Research is coming in.
What are some surprising ways to make the brain happy?
There are multiple ways. As I told you, it just depends on you.
Ade music
then ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ alcohol, some take weed, drugs. These are all stimulants to the brain, which are not good. They are all artificial stimulants. So it's you get addicted to it. You then kill your brain in the process. So it's very, very important not to get addicted to substitutes like this. Just to get these substrates cause artificial excitement, artificial thrill, artificial feelings which are... So they are good feelings in inverted commas, good at that point, but they can have detrimental effect to the brain.
Yeah, because today I think I'm going to represent drugs and bandaga. You have too many varieties there.
Oh yeah.
Your ganjas and your acids and all of this.
See, ganja and weed and all those are natural. Okay, they are also bad, but they are natural, like tobacco. But things like cocaine, things like MSD, something and all they have. Those are all chemicals, pure chemicals.
ಇವತ್ತೇನು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಟಿ ವಿ ಸೀರೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ತೋರಿಸ್ದಂಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. They're just sniffing left, right, and center.
Correct. That salt, that mushroom magic, smart things are there. These are all, they hit the brain. Momentary, it's good, but beyond that, it harms the brain.
I gave those examples, Andre. I somewhere believe what is happening in the entertainment field ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಟಿವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಬ್ ಸೀರೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, somewhere it changes the society, it influences it. So cases ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ in Bangalore, ಈ drug abuse cases of people coming in and all of it?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of them. Lot of people, but hopefully I think in due course, once the awareness spreads and they see detrimental effects, it might wear out. But at what cost is the question?
ಯಾಕೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಎನಿ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಅಡಿಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯು?
Addiction is very bad. The word addiction itself shows that you are dependent on something. And if you're dependent on something, you become its slave. Then that will direct you.
Yes.
You will not be directing that.
Yes.
So, it's get away from addiction. That is my
anatomy wise ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀರಾ? ನೀವು ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ಲಿಟ್ರಲಿ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೊಂದು
You're
ಅನಾಲಜಿ.
cooking your brain, that's all. You're cooking your brain, you're giving it artificial surges. Any surge is there's a chemical reaction. And unnecessary large amount of chemical is going to destroy the cell. So neurons die with all this. Each time you get a big surge, your neuron is cooking some amount of neuron. You're lucky because you have 80 or 100 billion cells. But it doesn't mean that you take advantage of the situation. Then important areas will start losing out. Memory becomes bad. Interconnections become bad.
ಸೊ ಈಗ ಐ ಆಮ್ 41. ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಏಜ್ ಈಗ 86 ಬಿಲಿಯನ್ ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಹುಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಈಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು?
Unfortunately, we don't have a machine that will cut the numbers. ಇಲ್ಲ. MRI ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಎಷ್ಟು ನ್ಯೂರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಆರ್ ವಯಬಲ್, ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಆರ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್, ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಆರ್ ಡೆಡ್. But we know progressively some amount of neurons die.
ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆಸ್ ಯು ಏಜ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಸಂಬಡಿ ಹೂಸ್ ಇನ್ ದೇರ್ 30s, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ವೇಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ 30s and 40s ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾರು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ?
Diet, exercise, and being positive. Understand your body, understand your mind. Be sensitive to your body, sensitive to your mind. You'll be there comfortably.
3 physical exercises directly improving your brain health.
Walking is one physical exercise that really helps. Cycling helps. These are physical. Then mental.
ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. One best scientifically proven method to improve concentration.
Unfortunately, we don't have a single method. We have multiple methods of training concentration. That means you can do games. Games improve your concentration.
ಯಾವ ಥರ?
Chess, for example. Sudoku, word building. All those exercise your mind and help you in being sharp. And of course, these are the main things that really require. Physical exercise is also a must because that gives you adequate blood supply to the brain. And blood supply is very important because lack of blood supply, neurons die fast. So we don't want them to die. So exercises like walking, cycling and all that circulates your blood much better. Don't overdo that. Another thing, they overdo exercise. They go and do heavy pumping muscles and all. After an age, you'll have to do it less. After 40, don't do too much of running. Do muscle work also, small amount muscles, because after 40, muscles are the most important development that you have to do.
Currency.
So what we say, initially pre-40 is how much you walk, how much you run, your stamina building and all those things. Those are called cardio exercises. After 40, muscle exercises is going to help your cardio.
Oh.
Because muscle exercises sustain longer than physical exercises like say Zumba dance, or you do aerobics, or you do... Those are good. But muscle is very important because your muscle starts wasting as you grow older. You have to develop your muscles and strengthen your muscles. That is very important. That's why you get falls. Elderly falls fast. As you grow older, there's a tendency for you to fall, tendency to be unstable. It's because your muscles are losing. So Japanese have something called Tai Chi. Tai Chi is excellent. So I had gone to Japan and I saw one park. So I was going there. They said, no, you can't go. There's only 100 plus is allowed. And I saw about 100 people who are 100 plus doing exercise.
100 ವರ್ಷ ಮೀರಿರೋರು
130 ಒಬ್ರು ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ತೈಜಿ
130
130 years old, yeah, in Japan. Average is 105, 106 in that area. And they all come alone by themselves from their apartment.
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರಿ ಓಕಿನಾವಾನ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ
No, this is in a place called, in Tokyo, from Tokyo, a small village in the side. So it's fascinating to watch that.
ಕ್ರೇಜಿ ನೋ ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಟು ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಸಲ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ
After 40, muscle building, importance ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. You don't have to be Mr. Universe or something like six pack in ಬೇಡ. Fit muscles ಇರಬೇಕು, taut muscles ಇರಬೇಕು.
Percentage that we should be looking at is at least 25-30% ಮಸಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ
Yeah, just to work out on those muscles.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಈ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ಗೂ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ಗೂ ಯಾವ ಒಳ್ಳೊಳ್ಳೆ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಡಾಕ್ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಾಣಾಯಾಮ
So all of them are good, but it has to be done correctly. Even yoga is a very good thing, but it has to be a good yoga teacher who knows what he is doing. Because there are many now, dime a dozen yoga people. We don't know whether they're trained well. A badly done yoga is more detrimental than not doing yoga at all. So it has to be done in the right. That, for that matter, everything. Badly done gym work is again detrimental. Badly doing swimming is again detrimental. Everything has to be done in the correct way, in the scientific way, and then it works.
So doc, lastly, one biggest misconception about first brain surgery, ಆಮೇಲೆ neurology. So first one big misconception about brain surgery.
The most common misconception of brain surgery is brain ಗೆ ಆಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ you will be paralyzed.
Oh.
You will be unconscious. See, that is a conception they have. Brain surgery unsuccessful. All these are films. They've seen films. They've seen it in documentaries. Another thing is, the worst thing is Google alli ಓದ್ತಾರೆ. Now Google alli article ಬರೆಯೋದು about medical things may not even be a doctor. ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಬರೆದು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಗೂಗಲಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು. So I always say, tell the patients that Google is a fund of information. I took 13 to 14 years to make it knowledge.
Wow.
So you look at Google, you come, but that Google will tell you information. I will make it knowledge. You talk to me, you discuss with me. I will tell you this is what Google meant, not what you imagined that it meant. You read, you imagine. So, and they read wrong things. Lumbar disc surgery, very simple surgery, nothing happens. Tumor surgery in the spine causes paralysis, weakness. It can cause because of the nerves. But that is all clubbed under spine surgery. So, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ಪೈನ್ ಸರ್ಜರಿ ಅಂತ ಬೇಕು, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಿಸ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಏನು ಸ್ಪೈನ್ ಸರ್ಜರಿ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಿಸ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸರ್ಜರಿ. ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದೇ. Slowly it is changing. Information is spreading. So, misconception of the outcome, misconception that every brain tumor is cancer, misconception that ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ತೆಗೆದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಸೇ ಏನು ಮುಟ್ಟೋದು ಬೇಡ, ಏನು ಬೇಡ, ಹಾಗೇ ಇರಲಿ ಅಂತ. ನನಗೇನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ತೊಂದರೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎನ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟರ್. ಲಕ್ಲಿ ಯು ಫೌಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ತೊಂದರೆ ಕಮ್ಸ್, ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಔಟ್. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ that misconception is something which I've very regularly seen.
So what's the misconception they have around neurology?
Neurology per se, first of all, many things are medically treatable. Many neurological conditions are medically treatable. That means medicine ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಫಿಸಿಯೋಥೆರಪಿ ಮಾಡಿ. But the misconception is some things are not treatable. So they have a feeling that everything is not treatable. Brain ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದ್ರೆ not treatable. But there is a good number which can be treated and taken out.
Oh.
There is a number that, for example, there is something called Alzheimer's, dementia. We know that there is no treatment, there is no cure. It's a progressive disease. Parkinson's is a progressive disease, but there is you can be symptom free with some treatment, which is good enough. Socially acceptable. Quality of life is good once you do those things. So there are those misconceptions are there. They're scared to go to see a neurologist. Another thing they're scared is to see psychiatrists. In fact, in America, it's It's a thing of pride to tell, I have a psychiatrist. I have a shrink. Means you're a big man. You need a shrink. Shrink is a psychiatrist. But India means if I write, no, you must meet a psychiatrist. Nanigenu uchilla. Why should I meet psychiatrist? Uchigalla psychiatrist meet madadu. They will help you understand yourself and get over it. Yeah, it's just mental health. It's not no stigma attached to that. Another thing is epilepsy. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸೀಜರ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಎಪಿಲೆಪ್ಸಿ ಬಂದರೆ ಈವನ್ ಟು ಡೇಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಭೂತ ದಟ್ ಹಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಯು. ದೆವ್ವ ಬಂದಿದೆ 5 minutes ದೆವ್ವ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಸೀಜರ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 20% of seizures can be treated surgically if cured. 80% many of them can be treated by medication, appropriate medication. But they're very scared. If a 20-year-old girl at home has seizures, they will not come to the doctor. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಸೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಇಟ್, ಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಏನು ಬೇಕೋ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಎಪಿಲೆಪ್ಸಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ಬರ್ಡನ್ ಆನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ. Epilepsy is huge.
And the big burden meaning you're saying
it's a big
repercussions.
The burden, that's the number of epileptics are very large. And each seizure will bring down your brain capacity. So then what do you have to do? You will have to give anti to stop the seizure activity. It's a chemical it's a electrical activity. The short circuit in the seizures. So stop ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ medicines, numb ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. That medicine can make you depressed also because it is large. The side effects of medicines are so much. But if there is a surgical remedy, you remove it, bring out the medications, they are fine. They become scholastically better. I operated a girl who had a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, very bad in school because of this seizures. Operated. Now she's a postgraduate.
Oh.
Which the parents never thought. They thought she's mentally retarded and all that. It's because of constant seizures. Once she was cured of seizures, she just improved her capacity to learn, capacity to read, interest in learning, It just kept increasing, and she passed and is a postgraduate now. So it's very important for them to realize, earlier you operate, the better the outcome. I have operated a 3-month-old child who had seizures. 3 months.
Wow.
One small lesion in the brain producing seizures from there. That child would have gone on to become subnormal because of the constant seizures. The child has no seizures now. He'll be a normal child.
Super.
With no features.
The right decision, no? The right guidance.
Awareness is important. Public should know that please bring, it is not a deva giva, it is not somebody's curse, it is not black magic. It is a disease process that can be cured. Potentially curable disease process.
Cure. So yes, I have some myths now before I get into understanding your family or life so far. Doctor, one brain myths ide. Coffee kills brain cells. Athwa it boosts brain cells. Ivedralli yavudu sari?
So coffee has got caffeine which stimulates the brain. In moderate amounts, it is no harm.
Classical music ಕೇಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಬೇಬೀಸು ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪುಟಾಣಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇನ್ನೂ ಚುರುಕಾಗ್ತವೆ ಬೆಳೆದ ಮೇಲೆ.
Classical, see, that is a very, very good question. The reason is there's so much depth in classical music. In fact, we in Ramaya, we had done a study with one of our physiology people where we controlled blood pressure by ragas.
Wow.
So we did few ragas, and which raga caused his continuous monitoring of blood pressure in a hypertensive. Some ragas soothed when he was closing his eyes and listening, the BP automatically came down. Some ragas it didn't.
Do you remember the ragas?
So exactly I don't remember the thesis, but I remember the study that we had done, and now she's in Germany, that person who was doing it.
So it is connected.
It is connected. So music and churka agoda, we cannot say like that, but depends on the type of music. There are children who thrive on music without even understanding music. People say ಹಾಡು ಹಾಕುವಾಗ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ದಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕಿಕ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಬೇಬೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮೈ ವೈಫ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಸೇ, ಮೈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸನ್, ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಸಾ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ರಜನಿಕಾಂತ್ಸ್ ಮೂವೀಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಹೆವಿ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈ ಸನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕಿಕ್ಕಿಂಗ್, ಇಟ್ ಸೀಮ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ವೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 2 months, 3 months, 4 months later, ಅದೇ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಬರುವಾಗ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಸಿ ದ ಚೇಂಜ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ uterine learning.
Oh,
ಅಂತ
yes,
ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
yes, yes.
So even Abhimanyu learned how to get into the Chakravyuha but didn't know how to come out. Because the story ended with only entering. So there is intrauterine learning, and if that's a reaction to a song, that means there's a positive reaction to the song. So music has some effect, and there's music therapy, which people do, and but again, as I was telling you, really scientific, making a note of it, all that is less. I think if you do more research, you'll find out. This ragas was a very pertinent one. I can in fact ask her, and she can give you the which are the ragas which brought the blood pressure down. It was only for blood pressure that we checked in that study in her
Check
thesis.
ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್, ವಿಲ್
Check
ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ
ಮಾಡಿ
ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್.
Yeah,
ಅಮೇಝಿಂಗ್. ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಫೋನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ಸ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಅವರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಟ್ ಡಸ್ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಟು ಬ್ರೈನ್.
It does damage the brain permanent ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. But the reason why it damages is one is they say the newest cigarette is a chair.
Yep. Sedentary.
Just sitting and doing it. So when you do this, you don't know time pass. And you keep looking long hours. So you're sedentarily sitting and doing this. Your eyes are focused down to a small area. Your neck is flexed. So you're constantly, so it's called text neck.
Oh, text
Where,
neck.
yeah, where you can, texting, will cause neck pain. So because it's stress. Because when you're doing it, your adrenals are up, so you don't feel it. You do it. Because that's when you realize there's a bad pain or back pain. And if you don't look far for long, continuous look now, when you look far, you'll see blurred vision. So all these things are indications that nothing should be overdone.
And
You
also
can do
constant
it.
stimulation.
And constant light photic stimulation. That's okay, but you can manage. But certain disease, seizures, it can produce seizures if you look too much into the screen.
Oh.
Because it can stimulate, and then you can get the cross wiring and all that happening.
Yeah, now comes ಈ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ಲು, ರೈಟ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ಲು.
Correct. That was my father's favorite topic, right brain and left brain.
ಹೌದಾ?
Right brain is the more artistic, more music.
Left
brain calculative. So you need to have both, a combination of both. But they say that for human beings, the tendency is towards right. Because right brain is more imaginative, more abstract, more artistic and all
That's
that.
where evolution happens.
Yeah, so that is developing more than the left brain.
Uh-huh.
But now, because of calculation, finances, 1 + 1, all those things, money has to make money, this also works. So a good combination or a good mix of both will make you a good human being. You shouldn't be only left brain oriented or only right brain.
ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದೇ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. 2 tips to
Maintain that.
ಹಾಂ.
So do both. Do some artistic thing, do imaginative things, create things, and continue with your local calculations and all that. Keep an eye on that. Keep your mathematical mind also working, logistic mind also working. ಎರಡು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಇಸ್.
ಸೊ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ಡ್, ರಿಕವರಿ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಇದು ನಿಜಾನಾ ಸುಳ್ಳ?
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನೋ ರೀಜನರೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಲೌಡ್. that happens. Like I told you, liver cells, if you cut ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೀಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ರೈನ್
ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ನಿಧಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ
you kill it, you keep killing. Luckily you have so many billions, but then it will die.
ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಹಂಗೆ
ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ,
ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ಸ್ ಥರ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ.
ಸ್ಟಿಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಕಾರ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಆಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್, ಡಿಹೈಡ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಫನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್.
Correct.
ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ?
Water is very important for the brain. Two things are important, fat and water. Because brain is basically fat. So fat and water are very important because they are the, what you call, workhorse. The powerhouse of the mind to work. That's why plenty of water, and you should have adequate fat. Not too much, but adequate.
ಸೊ ಸಾರಿ, ಐಮ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ನಾವು. ಈಗ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಕಾಣತ್ತೆ ಫಸ್ಟು? ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಥರ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀರು ಥರ ಇದ್ದು ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತಾ?
ಆಯಿಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. When you take out brain and do this piece of brain, you will find the oiliness there. And as I told you, it's like caramel custard. Caramel custard ನೋಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, soft, creamy, but firm. Brain is like that.
ಥರ ಸ್ಲೈಮಿ ಥರ. ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಸರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ಡ್ ಯು? ಲೈಕ್ ನಾವು ಏನೇನೋ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಓದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತಂದರೆ ಒಂದು 20 ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ಬಲ್ಬ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಹತ್ಸತ್ತು. ಅದು
ಜನ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾಟ್ ಶೂರ್ what it is. I don't know how you measure it. No idea.
ಮತ್ತೆ ನಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಂತಾರೆ ನಿಜಾನ?
ಸೊ ನೀವು ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಸ್ಮೈಲಿಂಗ್, ಈ ಲಾಫ್ಟರ್ ಕ್ಲಬ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಹಾ 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 ಅಂತ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹೇಳೋದು, ಒಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಜೋಕ್ ಕ್ಲಬ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಯು ಲಾಫ್ ಸ್ಪಾಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ಲಿ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಾಯಿ ತೆಗೆದು ಹಾ ಹಾ ಅಂತ ಹಾಡೋದು, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಲಾಫಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಗುಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ರೀದಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೌತ್. But you laugh from within with that happiness, it lights the brain. There's no doubt.
ನಾನೇನೋ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಮಸಲ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಆದಾಗ there is a signal that goes to the brain which kind of gives
Anything
it the
muscle
indication.
ಏನಾದರೂ signal go to the brain.
It gives
Unless
the
it
indication
goes,
that you're
it
smiling
doesn't
anta.
move. It has to go. But it's a good feeling. It's a good, nice, relaxed feeling.
So with so much now coming to your journey, ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಒಂಥರ ಭಾಳ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಯುನೀಕ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್. ಲೈಕ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡ್ಯಾಡ್, he was a director and the founder of NIMHANS, a man carrying so much of legacy and respect in the industry. How do you want people like us, ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ NIMHANS ಗೊತ್ತು ಈ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದ್ರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇದ್ದ ರೂವಾರಿ ಅವರನ್ನು ಹೌ ಶುಡ್ ವಿ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ದ ಟೇಕ್ ಅವೇ ಫಾರ್ ಅಸ್ for this generation to learn from a visionary like him?
Yeah, I think the most important thing which I have learnt, and I'm sure many of people who know him has learnt, is how to be positive. You have to be, he used to be very positive. He used to be very
Calm.
very, very calm, absolutely calm, and a thinker. Everything you should think and do. And another thing is very focused and a go-getter. For example, I'll tell you one example. He was very close to Nijilingappa. That time he was the chief minister. So he was building NIMHANS. Nijilingappa was the chief minister. I think VP Singh, Karan Singh was the finance, health minister in the center. All of them are very, very nice people, basically. They are very good politicians, politicians who wanted good for the country, good for the state. So my dad luckily was associated with them. And whatever dad wants, Nijilingappa sir used to give. He said, I want this land. And so he used to go meet, and then in a tissue paper there, he'll write, he needs this. And give it a paper and give it to Nijilingappa on a paper, A4 sheet. He'll say, sure. And he will call his secretary and say, keep it. Then he'll say, no, give it to me. Why? He said, no, your secretary allinda hogi late agate. You give it to me. You just sign here. I will take it to the secretary.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ? Wow.
Then so that what he said is, you want that. You have to get it. Don't depend on anybody. So if the minister sends to undersecretary, chief secretary, ಆ ಥರನಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. He used to go, ಯಾರು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು, and he'll get it done. So he used to be a doer. I remember another thing is, there were 2 seats in NIMHANS for MCH. He was the director at that time. And he saw that there is one more person who has done very well in the exam. But 2 seats irodu. And this person was a very close, good student of his, Dr. Sundarajananda. So he, very hardworking. So my father recognized all this. Seat was not available. He takes the next flight to Delhi, releases 2 more seats, comes back and sees that he also joins.
ವಾವ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಬರೀ ನಂದು ಮಾತ್ರ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರದ್ದು ಹೆಂಗಾರು ಹೋಗಲಿ ಇಲ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ.
We wanted another example of that. Dr. Suresh Arur is there. He's a very, very famous neurologist. He was doing pediatrics when my father used to go to multiple colleges and give lectures. So he said, so neurology he wanted to do. But there is no pediatrician who can do neurology because you have to do MD general medicine and then do. He said, no, MD pediatrics is enough. Same thing, went to Delhi, cleared it, saying that pediatrics also can apply and do MDM neurology. And he was the first DM neurologist from NIMHANS. So like that, he used to be a go-getter. And as I told you, he will connect with me, he'll connect with you, he'll connect with the baby, he'll connect with the senior most intellectual in the same way.
ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಾ? ಅಂದರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಾಗೆ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಆದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಹೈ ಪವರು, ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಹೈ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮತನನ ಡೈಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗದೆ ಇರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಇನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್.
Another example, there was a patient who had an aneurysm. Those days is a big thing in the 50s. And the patient was in Trivandrum.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the only sole neurosurgeon in Kerala, Bangalore, only one neurosurgeon. So he got a call. He said he will come, bring the patient and get him operated because the technology is available here. Ambulance ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರು. He went in the ambulance from Bangalore.
Oh, appa.
He went all the way there, resuscitated, shift the patient into that ambulance and came back. On the way he saw this man dozing. Yaru, nam driver, ambulance driver. He sat, he said, you come sit here, I will drive.
Oh.
He drove, operated, clipped that aneurysm and then only arrested. So imagine driving to Trivandrum, back, operating and then.
Super,
Once he was operating on a big tumor, lot of bleeding. Olden days there was no bipolar and other things to stop that bleeding. So he put some packs and then the anesthetist is giving ambu. Machine ಏನilla anesthetist those days. Blood illa doctor ನೀವು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ he told. My father is saying what to do now, blood illa. Some 10 units already given. No blood in the blood bank.
Ayyo.
He stops the surgery. He tells him continue ambu. He packs, goes out. There was a horde of relatives of that patient sitting in the
Waiting area.
outside waiting area. He calls 2 or 3 of them. There were 3 of them. Called them, drove them to Russell Market because there Russell Market he had a lot of friends there. ಒಂದು 5-6 ಜನ ಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರ ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಬ್ಲೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸರ್ಜರಿ.
Oh my
So
God.
that is how he worked in those days because he was only neurosurgeon. I remember going to a movie theatre. We used to go binge watching. Dad used to spend time Sunday. ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆಯಿಂದ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಒಂದು 3 ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಮೆಜೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ರೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಥಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್. ಸೊ ಕಲ್ಪನಾ ಥಿಯೇಟ್ರ್ ಇದೆ, ನಟರಾಜ್ ಥಿಯೇಟ್ರ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಥರ. ಸೊ ಮೂವಿ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಶೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋದು, ನೂನ್ ಶೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋದು, ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಶೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋದು, ಮನೆ ಬರೋದು.
ಸಖತ್.
ಆವಾಗ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಕಲ್ಪನಾ ಥಿಯೇಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮೂವಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲೈಡು, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವರ್ಮಾ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ನಿಮ್ಹ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬಿ ಡಿ ಜೆಟ್ಟಿ ಇದಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಮಗ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಹ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. He was sitting watching movie, got up, took the car, went, finished surgery, joined us in the next movie.
Oh my God.
So that is how he built NIMHANS. What is now NIMHANS? Single-handedly with, of course, a very good neurology support. Dr. Mani was there. And the director of the All India Institute, Mr. Dr. Govindaraj was there. He was a psychiatrist. He was also a visionary. So all of them, all our glory is on their backs. Because they are the people who started and built it up.
So nice of you all to like share it.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
In a era where people all are so about themselves and they just want to be the cake, be the face,
Yeah.
just want to hog all the glory. These are the kind of people.
But one thing we all learn is humility in that way. Where now we are doing surgeries very easily with all the equipment. All based on what they have done with none of these equipment, with all their mental imagination. We now use navigation. He had a 3-dimensional navigation in his brain which he developed at that.
So nice.
So it was so much easier now. ಹೌದು, ಆ ಲೆಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ, ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸರ್ಜರಿ. ಬಟ್ ದೆನ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್. That is what that's where we have all come from, the neurosurgeons.
How do you look at privilege?
Privilege is both. It's a double-edged sword. So in my MBBS and all, they used to say, why are you not doing well? You should do much better. You're Dr. Varma's son. ನಮ್ಮ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅವ್ರ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ he's reached somewhere and all of them are his students. So he's saying, yeah, what a great man, you should be like that.
Always comparison ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. It's a too big a shoe to fill in.
So, but my father used to say, don't bother about that. You continue as it is. Because you are where I was worse than you when I was in your spot. So don't worry.
Wow.
You will reach my level later on. But now, what do they know when I was in MBBS? Or when I was in... They don't know. But
perspective.
So he gave that confidence. My son is going to suffer the same thing. But my son will have my father and me on top of him. ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡಿ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನೀವು ನೋಡಿ ಅಂತ ಜನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Definitely. So I tell my son, don't bother, we have suffered. My second son will have 4 of us on his head. Because he also wants to do neurosurgery.
Crazy.
So we have to, this is, but the benefit is, Dr. Varma's son will be like Dr. Varma. So you get that care, that love you get, because he has not harmed anybody. So nobody will harm us, is what we feel. That confidence we have. Because if he was not that type and he had enemies, they would have taken revenge on us. Adila. They get ridiculed, but they will not revenge because they say, Dr. Varma's son, he is a great man, we should help them. That sort of thing. So it's a double-edged. We have to live with both. But when you live with both, you realize that when you have your father's support, if it is a father who said, hi, why are you doing badly, you should do like me, then we would have had that stress. But he never say, I was worse than you, don't worry. We had enough time there to come up. So that is what kept us going. That's why my children had fixed in their mind much younger to become what they are, like all of us. For me also, I wanted to be my father before I knew what neurosurgery is.
Wow.
Then I said, okay, he deals with neurosurgery, maybe I want to be neurosurgeon.
Oh, wow.
Similarly for my grandchildren, they wanted to be him. And he's a neurosurgeon, be a neurosurgeon. Because then you'll be like him. So that is
a very good role model then.
Many people, not me. We are close family. But whoever neurosurgeon who has worked under him and who has studied and who he has supported has the same feeling. And he never differentiated. If me and another neurosurgeon was working with him, he will not differentiate the two. Because he will see both as neurosurgeons. One is maybe his son, other maybe his colleague, but doesn't matter. Wow. They're together.
So 3 managerial lessons you learned from him.
Yeah. Leadership. He always used to say, you be a born leader is good. But you are a person who should create leaders. Then you become great. Because you have to create leaders. You shouldn't create... You're a leader, you create your whole base. No, create leaders. That is your base. Because they will create leaders. They will create leaders. Everyone will be a leader. And then life will be much better. Patients' benefits will be better. Because a leader would do maximum benefit. They would be selfless in many of the things that they do. So that's how you should.
How to create a leader? In Prakara?
No, just see, for example, I have a team now. But we have divided subspecialty. So I promote everyone. They promote me. We are all leaders. My spine surgeon is a very young leader. But he's a leader. Because he's leading his... So everyone, my colleague who works with me is a leader.
So what's the difference between boss and a leader?
So, leader leads by example. But what a leader does not teach is a person is to lead. They teach them good. You'll be under me, I'll develop you. You're with me, we will grow together. That is the difference.
Amazing. So now, I have to go 2 generations hinde. But Nimma great grandfather, Raja Ravi Varma our painter.
Ravi Varma
Kale wow. So I think his paintings are living legacies ivattige. How ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿರೋ ಕಥೆಗಳೇನು about your great grandfather?
Very little, not much. My father has told me. My father had a talent of drawing very well. He used to paint also very well. But he was a different man, Raja Ravi Varma himself. Passion. Passion is the baseline, art. He used to travel and paint. He was called the traveling prince. Where he used to travel from here to Baroda to Bombay, like that. All over India he has travelled. Paint up to Rajasthan he has gone. So he used to paint people. To paint a person, he needs to know a person. So he will stay there, he'll understand the person, realize the person, the characteristic of the person. Then the painting will have all those points.
Wow.
He's not just take another picture and just paint Allah.
What's your favorite painting of his?
So there are multiple. Every painting you see, what we think of Saraswati, Lakshmi, Rama, all is his paintings only. That legacy is there. And whenever you see a painting of those Saraswati, it's a outproduct or outpouch of that particular painting.
How?
The jewels that they use, the way they sit, the demure, everything is copied in the newer pictures. So, every painting of his was a masterpiece.
ಅದೇ ಈಗ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ರಾಜ ಆಗಿದ್ದವರು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಯವರು.
So the thing about Kerala, Maharajas, you go to Kerala, there's no big palace. They used to live in ordinary houses.
ಹೌದಾ? Okay?
Because the money they never used. They used the money only for the upliftment of the people.
Oh,
So
ಈ ಥರ.
the generations below, one of the Maharajas of Kerala in Travancore, when British were there, they said they will not build track from Kollam to Trivandrum.
Mm-hmm.
So they said we can't afford. He put his money.
ಅಂದರೆ your family.
They
ನಿಮ್ಮ
put their money, my
ತಾತ
ancestors,
ತಾತನ
put their money and made that railway track paying his money. So they never used to live in huge palaces. It's only a house.
They didn't waste money on shows up.
ಜೈಪುರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾಲೇಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಆ ಥರ ಮಾರ್ಬಲಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಹೌಸಸ್ ಯು ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದೋಸ್ ರಾಜ ಹೌಸಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್.
ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿರೋ ಕಥೆಗಳು.
ಹೌದು.
ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅಪ್ಪನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವತ್ತಾರು ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅಪ್ಪನ ಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ರಾಜಾ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು.
ಸೊ they just came out. My father went to England. That is a big story. It takes 20 days to reach England. He took a boat.
ಅವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಯಾವ ಇಯರ್ ಇದು? 19?
This is in the 20s. The 1930s when he left, middle 30s. So shippally, 50% of them die before reaching there.
ಯಾಕೆ?
Because of some infection, some lack of food.
ಪ್ಲೇಗು ಈಗ ಏನೇನೋ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ.
Because no doctors, huge ship transfer. And 21 days, in the 20 days he stayed. And he'll go and then study. His father passed away here, he couldn't come. By the time his news reached, it was nearly a month after his father had died.
ಅಯ್ಯಯ್ಯೋ.
So, those things, and he couldn't, how can he come? Another 20 days travel in the ship and again. So, he has gone through everything and those days. So, a lot of money they spent in his education. His sister was also the first orthopedic lady surgeon in India.
Wow.
She was head of Lucknow Spinal Cord Injury Institute.
Wow.
So like that, they spent money for education. And they didn't say, okay, Raja, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ರಾಜ ಅವರು ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ವರ್ಕ್.
ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ.
Many of them have come to Bangalore, other places. So in the 50s, Daddy came here from England. Once his training is over, he came to Bangalore.
I think you're talking about the story. I think he was part of ನಮ್ಮ ರಮಣ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಜರಿ ಇದು, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಚ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಫಾರ್ ಅಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಆಶ್ರಮ ನೋಡಿರೋದು. ಯುವರ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿನ್ part of the team which took a decision.
No, he has seen what has happened. So there was a surgery to be done in the hand.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ರಮಣ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು.
He said he can cut his body. You do the surgery, I don't need anesthesia. I'll just show you a thing. And consciously he disconnected his arm in his mind for pain. And the surgery was done painless. He was watching the surgery.
This is
so
what
that
your
is the
father
capacity.
saw.
Yeah, he's seen that happening.
And being a doctor now, how do you react to this today?
I mean, theoretically it's possible, but how to do it?
Have we lost the connection as to why are we not able to do it?
I think it's just some spiritual. I told you, 90% of the brain we don't know. Somewhere there it will be. This capacity also will be there.
Like they say, ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಪವರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಬ್ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲೂ ಇದು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಡನ್. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ the pain won't come to me or something like that.
You can you can build your threshold to such an extent that you don't feel it. That's all fascinating things. See, the brain is such a fascinating organ. The things that you can do or potentially do is unbelievable.
Wow. So, ಈಗ if I ask you, what a life you've seen, and do you believe in luck? Do you believe in destiny? Andre, you're born in such a interesting family.
I always thank God for that, for my parents and everything, because I couldn't have been in a better place. It just is what I feel. And I just want to maximize that, basically, and then do whatever his principles were, just hold on and develop teams, develop situations, institutes with no... The most important thing for him is, he said, education and teaching, more you give, more you learn, more you know. So just do that. You can't study and keep it in your head and not spread. It will not last. You have to spread it, then only it will occupy space for the next learning. So keep learning and learn from others. My father used to make notes, as I told you, at the age of 90, he used to make notes when an intern says something. So, oh, I didn't know that.
Wow.
And he'll make a note. And that intern is in some 7th heaven. He said, my God, Dr. Varma is making notes of what I'm saying.
Wow.
So that gives them a boost. Many interns were like so thrilled, and they started reading more, they started doing more, and one of them is a neurosurgeon now. That's because they got fascinated by just that one small gesture, which makes a lot of difference. Yeah.
Amazing. So that's who you are today. ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನೋಡಿದೆ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಯು ಆಸ್ ಅ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್, ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್, ಹೌ ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್. Literally we've seen your mind and your heart and all of it. So what are you personally curious about in this phase of your life, doctor?
Nothing. I just want to do what I feel is the right thing. And patient service is the most important thing for me.
ಅದನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು?
ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಹಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಡಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸುಮಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. I love traveling, and my sons also tell me that I'm not grown old. I'm still very young. And it's just the mindset. You be what you are. But yeah, basically, life is short. I believe in that, and then we enjoy it, maximize it, and have a good time. Good time in life is very important, because that gives that happiness quotient up. So you have the IQ, which is the intelligent quotient. Then it became EQ, emotional quotient, which is very important. But I think more than all these is HQ. That is your happiness quotient.
Wow.
And happiness quotient is the one that includes all of these. Your intelligence, your emotion, everything spins around your happiness. When you're happy, you maximize your output, you maximize your brain activity. And I think that is the most important thing.
Be happy, happiness and ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿನ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ.
True happiness from within. It should be like that.
So now that we spoke so much about understanding the science and the human behind it, now I'm going to probably take you to a dark place, which even we are very scared to go there, because we don't know how to handle it, because nobody is ever experienced to handle a topic like death.
Yeah.
But ನೀವು ದಿನ ಬೆಳಗಾದ್ರೆ it is right around the corner, which you want to avoid most of the time. But as a senior personality like yourself, how do you understand death, sir?
First of all, don't avoid it. Don't even think about it. It is going to come. Every manufactured stuff has got an end of life. When expiry date?
ಬರುತ್ತದ
ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕಿದೆ expiry date. ನಿಮ್ಮ expiry date ಈಗ there are ways you can tell. People say, I can tell you when you're going to die. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜಾತಕ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದು ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು 92 yearsಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಸಾಯ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ. Why are you thinking about the 92, 62, 42? Take it as it comes. One thing I believe very clearly is, when you have to go, you have to go. ಅದು ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇರೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. But during that period, you respect your body. That means you give your health. Respect your surroundings. Respect your relations. Respect your friendships. Because friends are the greatest boon that you can have. First of all, your family. They have to be there together. We are all together. Next level is friends, which are very, very important. You can't be antisocial. That's another way your brain can be kept going. Being social, meeting people, talking to people. Knowing more people, trying to understand more people. It's just brain's work, no? Talking to understanding. So friendship, friends, very important. Social interactions, very important. Don't seclude yourself. Don't become a solo. You don't have anyone to talk to.
Loneliness.
All that is solitude and all they say. Sometimes you can be solitude, but you will immediately want to get back to action. So that's
social
very,
beings,
very important.
alva.
We are social beings, yeah.
Thanks for giving us that, because somebody who handles it every single day, knowingly or unknowingly. So how do you handle ನಿಮ್ಮ unsettled emotions? I mean, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
We all have. Talk it out first. If there's something, talk to your wife or your friend. I have a close friend.
Okay.
Dr. Narendra. So anything is there, any problem, I will talk to him. First of all, at home I talk, my wife. So she gives Meenakshi. So she gives me some tips and ideas and all that. And she has this sense of making things out very well. So she'll tell me exactly what it is, and though it's very difficult sometimes for me to believe, but I have to believe her because it's true in the end. Then I have friends like Dr. Narendra, my classmates all over India, from Delhi. A lot of friends are there. So we meet, alumni, we meet every year once, all of us.
Nice.
And we go back to our childhood because that pulls your age back significantly, physically and mentally. You're like good, and you come back and restart your whole life again.
Wow.
So that is something you can chill out with. Music, chill out with. Travel, just drive for some time and come back. Passion of driving is there. I love driving, so I go to a distance. So that these are things that keeps you going from all these situations. And for me, neurosurgery and work is passion. So it's not a burden.
Oh.
Only if it's a burden that you feel, oh, I want to get back. I don't want. 2 days I take a holiday, third day I want to get back to my operation theatre. So that's how it is.
Amazing. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. Lastly, God made man made God. Have you questioned these philosophies, theories?
Did the hen come first or the chicken? The egg? We don't know. Which came first?
I believe in God. I believe in universe.
Yeah. So it's created.
It's a creation first and then the whatever. So ನೀವು ಯಾವ ದೇವರನ್ನು ನಂಬ್ತೀರಾ?
All Devru.
No name.
My favorite is Jai Ganesh. But then I go to Iraq. I operate in Iraq. I operate in Ethiopia. So I'm visiting consultant there. So I've gone to Karbala, which is a Muslim mosque. It's excellent. Wherever these, like Tirupati, these temples, they have one vibe.
How?
Which I felt even in Karbala, which is Ali Dargah. There also you have the vibe. So it's, I think there's only one God. It's all manifestations, different ways. And I strongly believe this because whenever I go to any important the Basilica Church, wherever you go, there's some power that you feel if you're sensitive. And that is there pan in religion. It's not in one particular
I was kind of
religion.
contemplating this with my husband Davis. You know, my theory is, why do we find peace temple ಆಗಿರಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಎನಿ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಐ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಇವಾಗ ನಾವೇ ಆ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಟೆಂಪಲಿಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ವಿ ಆರ್ ನೆವರ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಮೂಡ್ ವೇರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಡ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಆ ವೈಬ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೇ ಕಾಮ್.
Suddenly some calmness comes.
ನಾವೇ ಅದನ್ನು ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಯು ಸಿ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ಸ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟೆಡ್ ದೇರ್. ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಒನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೇಷನ್. ಐ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ ರಾಂಗ್, ಬಟ್ ಎನಿವೇ.
But it's true. It's true. You feel it. I mean, everyone feels it. There is a power there. Otherwise, why that place?
Where is the energy coming from?
There's 100 mountains. But Tirumala is powerful. Why is Tirumala so powerful? There is something to it. Shabarimala, so powerful. There are hills all over. But there's some power there. So I think there are some areas in the earth, where there is some power which is concentrated. And then you go there, you feel the difference. Otherwise, God is everywhere. So I can sit at home and say, God is everywhere. But there are certain areas which gives you that power. I don't know what it is. Difficult to explain, but there is something. There's no doubt about it.
Amazing, doctor. I think, continue the lovely journey.
Thank you.
Through these healing hands and that introspective and the amazing brain of yours, that so many years of knowledge and 2-3 generations, the past knowledge that you are carrying. One generation actually, yeah. ಅದೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಜರೇ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವಿಶ್ ಯು ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
About the books, ನಮ್ಮ ಶೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರತೀತಿ ಇದೆ. We basically give the guest a book. So I'm sure, what's your favorite book that you always go to? Like,
So I've read very few books because initially I had some amount of dyslexia. I couldn't read well.
oh, howda?
So I still have that dyslexia, but then it's only for reading. So I hear books. So
You're auditory
So
learner.
I used to read a lot of parapsychology, metaphysics, apart from the medicine books. But yeah, so that's why my interest in palmistry, in astrology, in the knowledge of the unknown. I mean, these are things that are fascinating. So I maintain those things. I read those things.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಬುಕ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ತಲಾಶ್.
Great. Thank you.
So, any book that you want to recommend for our lovely audience?
I think I'm not the judge to recommend a book.
And any book that has changed you that you want to pass
I
on?
don't think any book has changed me except my neurosurgical books, which made me a neurosurgeon. But apart from that, yeah, there's a third wave. There's a book by Alvin Toffler. That was a very good book. Man Watching by Desmond Morris. A lot of, how science you can, by a way a person is standing or walking, I can make out this character. So Man Watching is a beautiful book. Desmond Morris, yeah.
ವಾವ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್, ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನನಗೊಂದು ಡೌಟ್ ಬಂತು. ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಡೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್. ಹೆಂಡ್ತಿನ ಗಂಡ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫ್ರಿಜ್ಜಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ 20 ವರ್ಷದ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ನೋಡೋಕೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಈ ನ್ಯೂಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ. ಇವಾಗ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಚಾನಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್.
ಸೊ ಎರಡೂ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೀರಿ. ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅವಾಗ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಮೈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ is there an influence of these TV series? ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಈಗ ನ್ಯೂಡಿಟಿ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ಕಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗು ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಪೀಪಲ್?
There are two ways to think about it. One is, ಈ ಮೂವೀಸ್ಗೆ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರೋದು? ಒಂದು ಇವೆಂಟಿಂದ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬರೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ಸಮ್ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಹಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪೆಂಡ್, ಅದರಿಂದ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬರೋದು. ಸಮ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಸೇ ನೋ, ಐಡಿಯಾಯಿಂದ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಅಗೇನ್ ಹೆನ್ or the egg, same issue. We don't know where it comes from, but many of them are true stories. If you see many of these things, they say based on true events. That means they've got some idea from true events. So whether it's underreported in the past because of lack of channels, media infra, WhatsApp higella tuck 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 anta alli news illinda 10 kilometers away, when it's happening they get message. One photo I've done today, rapid Rashmi ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪಡ 100 ಜನ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಆರ್ ವಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಟು ನೋ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೋರ್.
But also the question is, do you advise people to expose themselves to these content?
See, I would suggest everyone become strong in their mind. Do things to become strong in their mind. You cannot avoid these things. ಈ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ you're losing out on the essence that it can give. So see it, don't get influenced, take the positives minus the negatives, so you are one step ahead. Otherwise it's simple. You have a problem, nadkondu hoguvaga ondu you find a hole,
ಕಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಏನೊಂದು ಹಳ್ಳ,
then you go off saying no, I can't. You'll find the hole somewhere else. You'll find another hole somewhere else. So you
learn to
go,
deal with
the hole, find a solution, go to the next level. Then this will not come back because you have found a solution.
Negative content in a deal ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ what can we do?
Women, after seeing these rapes and all those stuff, all those Delhi rapes and all that, now they're careful. They know they cannot talk to anybody off random, go into, get carried away. They are careful. So that they're missing out if they don't see.
Got it.
They will fall into a similar trap. So that is a positive way of looking at it. Problem with me is I only look at the positive. I hardly see the negative. So I would like everyone to do that, because the negatives are there to learn but not to accept. Positives are to accept.
Positive has to be accepted.
Negatives have to be understood and left. Don't carry it as a burden on you.
Or don't get influenced by it. So how do you stay positive all the time? Elladrullu first positive ಹೆಂಗ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ?
Mind, you have to train yourself to be positive. I always, when patients come, I as a doctor will be positive, but then another person may be negative. But both are right, because I say the glass is half full. He will say it's half empty. There is a negative way of looking at that water. For me, positive, because half full is same as half empty. But why use that word empty? You can use full. Be positive. That's how it is.
So ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹಂಗೆ ನೋಡೋಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ.
Practice and
you'll start focusing on the good always.
Exactly.
So I've written something on the lines of, Dear Dr. Ravi, be the light when the health line gets into twilight. ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದಿ. So wish you the best, sir.
Thank you so much.
How was Just Curious for you? I think
it was superb. It's very nice. The whole thing was very nice. The feeling.
Amazing. There you go.
Nice.
Talash, a search for true meaning of life.
Yes.
You being the source of life.
Search continues.
Yeah. ನೀವೇ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ತುಂಬ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಟ್ ಅ ಡೆಡ್ ಎಂಡ್ ವೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದೆಮ್. ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೇ ದಿಸ್ guide you, protect you.
Thank you so much. Thank you
keep
so
you
much.
curious. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is a happy ball.
I'm happy all the time, so it's happy ball. Thanks.
There you go. There is music pillow for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
So I guess ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ episode has given us a very good understanding as to how to understand the brain and all the diseases ಅಥವಾ shocks the brain can throw at us. ಹೇಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಅ ಸ್ನೇಕ್ ಅ ಪೀಕ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಲೆಗಸಿ ದಟ್ ಹಿ ಕ್ಯಾರೀಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಯೂಶುವಲ್ ನಂದೊಂದೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಟುಡೇ ಹೌ ಆರ್ ಯು ಗೋನ್ ಟು ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಲೈಫ್? ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಅರಮನೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫನ್ನು ಸೆರೆಮನೆ ಆಗಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಮೇ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಇನ್ ಯು ಟು ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಅದು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಗುಡ್ ಇನ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್. Until next time, now ನಿಮ್ಮ Rapid Rashmi, signing out of lot of light that I've received from Ravi. Ravi, Rashmi. It's Sanskrit is Ravi,
RADHA.
Surya and Rashmi. Today I think literally we've received a lot of light from you.
Either way.
Arey, thank you sir. I mean, that's very kind of you.
Rashmi and Ravi mean the same. Light.
ಹೌದು.
Ravi is from
ನೀವು
the sun.
ಸೋರ್ಸು, ನಾವು ರೇಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Race.
And that's the grace that I mean
Thank you
the
so
unknown has made us cross paths. And thank you sir.
Thank
Take
you.
care. So guys, ನೀವು ಕಾಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕುರ್ಚಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ. Thank you sir.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care and see you around.
Bye. Thank you so much.